That's what everybody loves right now. Why not get on the train, right? Got on other trains.
Let me take a piss real quick. Before.
What up and good morning. Welcome back to another episode here. Can you guys hear me? Check. I don't know why I can't.
Wow.
All right, there it is. Perfect. Now I can hear it. All right, there you go. What up, and welcome back to another episode here of the We Don't Smoke the Same podcast, here, Wake and Bake edition. Thank you so much, everybody, for patiently tuning in, and everybody who saw the morning live stream that I had. This show is brought to you by the two following companies. Number one, you guys might have seen Xavier using this company over the weekend. The one and only Slick Shots. Drink whatever you want, whenever you want, however you want, at the price that everybody loves. For free, you pour in your favorite adult beverage into the pouches. You buy the kit on at Bevmo, Total Wine, or Amazon, or SlickShots.com. And you go ahead and pour it in that bag. Seal it up with the sealer that it comes with in the kit. And you're ready to go, like I am at the LAFC game, seeing all these suckers rack up a tab while I'm over here. Well, 2 years ago, I would have been racking up. No, but
Are you talking about the team?
Yeah, well, I don't know about the team, but the tab people are going at the bars. So make sure you guys check out Slick Shots at slickshots.com. Also, the show is brought to you by the best place to pass your smog check in the IE. You know why? Because it's guaranteed to fix those problems. You can't pass your smog check anywhere else. Trust me, just call them and let them know, hey, I saw you guys on We Don't Smoke the Same. I need el bottle, dog. Do me the solid. They're gonna do you the solid, send you the invoice, and you will be passing that smog check, being a part of the ozone layer, no problem. Hit up Mission Smog Check at the one and only IE Riverside, the nice part of the IE. You know what I'm saying? Also, too, before we continue, this worked out very great. You guys know it worked out very great last time. So everybody who takes advantage of only the 2 hours, because I get to see the timestamp. Anybody who goes and buys the Welp I Was Wrong Dare t-shirt, or the OJ Simpson t-shirt for the next 2 hours, will get hooked up with the fucking jar sponsored by the Secret Menu. You guys know last week everybody got a fucking sponsored insane gift. So everybody's getting another gift for free for these next following 2 hours. All you got to do is buy any of the two shirts, the Welp I Was Wrong or the OJ Simpson t-shirt. Don't sleep on those. Go to flavorsbyezone.com. Joining me across is the one and only toxic co-host XG. What's going on?
What's up, dog? I'm gonna come out fully toxic, but like for real, have you ever had a hot Louis done on you? Like I've been spit on.
You mean a hot Tua?
Whatever, hot Louis, whatever the fuck
you ruined it.
Said.
How could you ruin it?
He did it on purpose. I know him. He did it on purpose.
Ruin it.
I made it
But
better.
like, for real though, everyone's acting like, oh, that's what I want in my life. Would you really be okay with this bitch like a loogie on your dick?
Well, let me finish introducing everybody. And then, your headphones are about to hit the floor. Also joining us and running the boards is the one and only Ray, aka Morning Shot Films.
Good morning. What's up, y'all?
Happy anniversary to you, bro. And your lady.
Thank you for mentioning that. Yeah, it's my 2-year anniversary with my wife. I love you, babe. Can't wait to see you later and have some good food.
Hell yeah, I haven't.
Happy anniversary, Ray.
Thank you.
Honestly, man, like he's one of those people that like I didn't see marriage change him. He just kept being Ray, except he like had like a partner now.
Yeah.
Like some people change with marriage, so like that's a good sign that you're happy, bro. So I'm happy for you.
I think the thing about it is if you know who you are, you know yourself, or at least trying to figure out who you are, for sure no one's gonna like, no matter how good or bad they are, they're not gonna like step in your way if you know what you want and shit.
I like how you said it though. You're gonna enjoy some good food later.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
Yes, X. Yeah. For once, I'll be like, yeah,
X. Xavier only associates that with fucking pussy because the girls he dates don't cook.
He's like George Costanza.
Straight up, bro, because the women he dates fucking just know how to use Uber Eats.
Yeah, you're right. Mostly
Ray got married for a reason, bro. He's like, hey, I gotta go to work. You think you can make me something
No
to
cocina?
eat? I'm not trying to die out here. But joining us too is the one and only recently canceled Brisket King.
Man. Yeah. Everyone's canceling me left and right. Good thing customers still come out and support, so I guess that's all that really matters. But thanks for having me today.
Thanks for joining us. Apparently, Cypress is going to be gone tomorrow?
I think Thursday.
Do we get the day off, though?
I don't know. We got to talk to Dom. What's up, Dom, if you're watching?
Union strike. Somebody's getting sick.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I was like...
Local 32, what up?
No, right now, fucking local 420. Yeah, dude. All of a sudden, Bobo's gonna text it, even though he's on tour. Can't. I have housework. Like he's already making an excuse. All right, man. But yeah, Bart. So what's been going on with you, man? But I'm so glad you didn't die at the last pop up. Honestly, Bartz, I thought that was weak sauce off you, bro. I thought you should have thugged it out in the heat for another hour.
I was on the ground like in the fetal position, like.
But like, do you have to be in the kitchen? I mean, Ulysses was right there, like.
Ulysses was ready to die too. He just he after the end of the event. I mean, he was miserable. Like, I mean,
that's one dude that I can't see him. He's never like broken. Like I haven't seen him break. Well, without the exception the other day when he was gonna fight that other dude. But I'm talking about like from the grill.
He was hurting very bad that day, and the next day when it was 92, and we were doing a burger event, or like cancel it because it's too hot out when we were doing a burger event the following weekend. Like, yeah, he was like, man, this is it. I'm done. Like I can't do this no more. It's too hot.
Do you have insurance for your workers? Like if they get hurt, burnt, and no ideas that I'm giving anybody out there, but like, could they come after Bartz if it gets too hot up in the kitchen?
I mean, you could try to come
Only
after.
any legal would ask this question.
You could try to come after me. There's not much to get, like financially. So
Bartz is like the John Gotti of Smash Burgers. He's like, go ahead, sue me.
No, I mean I don't. The restaurant will have all the right insurance. I have insurance for like if something happens at the events or whatever. But I mean, if someone gets seriously injured. I mean, they probably could come after me
I'm not
financially, but there's not a whole lot of finances for them to come out now after I sold my house and all this other stuff. So it'd be kind of like squeezing like an orange that's already been squeezed.
And by what I meant by hurt, I didn't mean like anyone dying. It's a kitchen. I meant like a cut. Like like I used to work in the kitchen. Cuts happen all the time on knives, stitches.
We're real men.
Yeah?
We just put a Band-Aid on it and just keep on going.
There we go.
There's no pussy stuff at
this
my
one. Okay, so one time, I don't know if anyone that's ever worked in the kitchen, they got to clean the whole kitchen down every night, like clean, top to bottom. There's one
ideally.
Time, yeah, that's Doug.
That's what you would hope from the kitchen, right?
But not usually, but ideally.
And this one night, they were cleaning all the floors, and for some reason, one of the extension cords was ripped open, and one of the metal bars was plugged in. They were wetting it. This Mexican paisa guy that had no papers goes, and the floor's wet. He grabs the metal. He gets electrocuted on the job type of shit.
That's not that much. It's 110 volts. You'll be fine.
Yeah, he wasn't dead. Yeah, you're right. He wasn't dead.
It's just a shock.
But he was illegal, so like it got offered. This fool just got 2-3 days off of work, and he was happy. Where like he could have sued the company. Like there was an extension. Like there was a rip. We're talking like huge company, HR type of corporation, and they got away with just telling the guy, "We're like, you're kind of illegal. You shouldn't be working, so just get a couple days off, and we call it even, right?" And then Spice was just like, "All right," and I just felt bad for him because I was like, "Bro, you could have sued the fuck out of this company."
I don't know. It's only 100. It's only 110 volts. It couldn't have done much to you. If it's 240 volts.
If you would have had like a heart thing, like a heart, like, but then again, people with pacemakers ain't doing.
I got electrocuted plenty of times. I'm fine. Look at me. Perfect example of what happens to you after you get electrocuted a bunch of times.
Maybe that kind of explains his redness.
I'd be ready to sue.
Hey, fool, you know what? Bartz makes it sound like all right. He says I've been electrocuted plenty of times, but all the fucking electric kind of like Pokemon, they all turn red. Like Pikachu has the red fucking cheeks, like you know what I mean? The red skull and the Shocker, they're red from fucking Marvel. All the Blanca there's an alternative color where he turns red. Yeah. Everybody turns fucking red. I think.
Got Red Hulk.
Yeah, the Red Hulk. I think Bartz.
Look, when I was a little kid, when I was like about 4 or 5 years old, I used to go like this back in the day when they like J.C. Penney's and stuff had electrical sockets on the ground. I used to find like some sort of metal. My mom wasn't paying attention to me. She was looking at stuff. I'd open up the electrical sockets, pry them open, and stick stuff in there and get like shocked and fly across the room all the time. And like no matter what my mom did, like I was over there always sticking stuff in sockets.
Fun? You could die like that, isn't that? Like
I don't know. I was a little.
That's white kid shit.
I was between like 2 and 5 years old when I used to do this.
So you're the reason they make those plastic little containers for the fucking sockets?
Probably now, yeah. Probably now. Back then they didn't have that stuff.
That's not some shit that crossed my mind as much as I like doing bad things. Like
I thought about drinking Fabuloso. That's up there, dog. You smell, it smells good. Let me drink it.
I said I smelled good enough to drink. I never came close. Let me take just a little sip. So I only die a little.
I gotta side with E-Zone on this one. I love the look of Fabuloso that makes you want to drink it, even though you're not supposed to. They gotta make a juice.
You think they should change the color?
If Fabuloso ever teamed up with Sobe,
No, Sunkiss.
nah, dude, or
Fabuloso
Oh,
grape.
Sobe? Yeah, I remember.
yeah.
It's gotta be
Dude,
a
you
grape
remember
soda.
R.I.P. Sobe, dog?
For
Well,
real.
Sobe was
I don't know
tight.
what that is.
You never had Sobe?
Oh, the one with the
lizard?
With the lizard, yeah.
That shit was
what happened
tight.
to Sobe? Yeah, what did happen?
think
to
it went out of
Sobe?
business.
It was like white people drink.
Yeah, I remember
Because
that.
of the ingredients, really.
What was up with the ingredients?
I don't know. That's my assumption.
Just like that drink Orbit with the little balls.
But should they remove the color X? I don't know, man. You see all these companies like those detergent companies that took off the color for all of a sudden. You know, the dyes and all that.
Well, that's what I mean. The smell with the Fabuloso with the color makes it look like it would taste like grape soda.
Fabuloso
like,
with some jarritos.
Would people still buy Coca-Cola if they removed the color?
No.
Yeah, they would.
I drink more
They
of it.
did have that clear Coke.
I would drink
they
more
flopped.
of it.
It was Pepsi, I think.
Was it Pepsi?
Yeah,
Oh,
Pepsi.
okay.
Crystal Pepsi. That shit
Crystal
was
Pepsi.
tight. I miss that shit.
I would drink more Coke.
I
if it
miss
was
Blue
clear.
Pepsi. Blue Pepsi.
I miss
was the
Blue
shit.
Pepsi.
The OG one, they brought it back, but then they fucking changed it up, bro. And then I remember Surge. You ever had Surge? You look like a Surge guy,
Oh,
Bartz.
Surge.
You're like a
is that
Surge.
like Mountain Dew or something?
Yeah, I feel like you look like a Mountain Dew kind of guy.
No, I hate Mountain Dew.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't like that shit at all.
What about Mellow Yellow? You ever had that?
Never had that.
Wow. Damn.
Yeah, Cactus Cooler is like always
I've
like a
had that.
gem.
That's-
Yeah.
Cactus
alright.
Cooler is a gem. But yeah,
right, here it
Fabuloso
is,
with
here-
jarritos would be great.
Here it is. Do Sobe drinks still exist? After years of declining sales, Pepsi quickly took Sobe off U.S. shelves. Although a few years ago, while they still have a website and not are internally dead, Sobe products are now all but impossible to find. I don't know. I guess you can't find them.
You did it, dog.
I did it. I tried. You can't find them. They're on the website. I gotta buy some right now. You can't.
Somebody wrote X to the Mayweather G.
Damn.
Fuck you guys.
T-Money, baby. T-Money.
That is pretty funny though. But I'm glad you're starting to. Hey, are you studying for your citizenship test,
No, fool. I don't need to.
bro? Like time's running out.
For what? Nothing's happening, bro. You believe everything.
You Mr. Conspiracy over here.
What? Nothing's gonna happen. You know
They're
how
gonna
long they
cancel
say-
you just
You
like
should
they
be on the
cancel me. I'm
fence.
telling you.
Well, a little bit on the fence.
Well, I'm a dreamer. Like you swear they're just gonna deport every fucking
You
dreamer.
raw dogging it at least. You raw dogging it at least. So maybe like your kid has a chance of being a citizenship.
Why would I want my kid here? I want my kid where I'm at. If I get deported, my kid's coming with me.
What do you,
Don't you
Not
automatically?
leaving
You don't become a citizen if you get your girl
Oh.
No,
pregnant?
just your kid
No,
does.
just your kid does. You gotta be.
Oh
20,
damn.
You gotta be 21 to give your parents citizenship.
Damn.
What?
Yeah, you gotta be 18 or 21 to give your parents citizenship.
Oh, so he can't automatically be like, yeah, I'm claiming my dad.
Yeah, you can't just claim.
That feels like a
No,
fetus.
do you know how many people would just have their kids here and then they'd be citizens? That's not how that works.
Honestly, you should be a citizen if you're here for like honestly over 20 years. Straight up.
That's not about right.
Like living here 20 years.
Like if you've been paying taxes, because they tax
That-
these fools
that part
too.
too.
Like if you're a tax-paying immigrant, not the ones that like, hey, I
Cool.
just fucking bought a table this morning final and I'm
I'm
just not
using
paying
my,
taxes and shit.
ex-girlfriend's social number.
I love how this fool doesn't think I'd pass a test that illegals and people that don't speak English pass.
I say that and I say
There's
that.
a history part of the test.
Yeah, and I know history very well.
Okay. So
Very
sure.
well, and he knows I can do.
Well,
too,
I
so
just
him
remember
telling me-
when we did the 3 questions and then you got
Yeah,
mad.
well, I'm not ready for this test. Like, it's not coming tomorrow. I'm
We should
pretty
bring
sure.
it out right now and see if you.
Yeah,
see if
no,
you
but
pass.
he
I'm
gets
pretty
so mad
sure-
when you try to ask him random questions because I don't even know some of this shit. But he's like,
Yeah, but he says he acts like if I knew the test wouldn't be tomorrow, like I wouldn't study all night for it. He swears like I'm gonna
It's
go
not
in there
Jesus,
like
it's gonna
an
take
idiot.
one night.
it's not Jesus knocking at your door. Fool.
Yeah,
Come on,
fool,
dog.
it's not
Like,
that hard. It's just memorization. Do you never memorize the night before a test?
honestly,
Oh, I
fool,
have
It's just
plenty of
cramping.
times.
I can't.
Cramping.
I can't. Honestly, I don't think I'm capable of memorizing shit no more like that.
Yeah, look how much weed you smoke a day in dabs.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but that's my
I
problem.
feel like it's very hard. Like I don't. Like I honestly don't think that would like. It's like. What about you? You
As much as I can't read,
shut
I
up,
can
Mr.
memorize
Fucking.
shit.
I take
can't-
ecstasy every weekend.
Yeah, I can't read, but I memorize shit. I remember things. I can't read and write, but I'm illiterate. That's because I was trying to learn 2 languages at the same time. That was hard, let me tell you.
What does
Fucking
DC
coming
stand for?
home and only being able to speak Spanish, then going home and then going to school in English only. Fucking confusing as fuck as a little kid trying to do both pronouns and verbs and shit. My mom's like, you can't speak English here at school. It's all no, bro.
Xavier.
I know why I'm illiterate.
I'm gonna ask you one of the easiest questions from the citizenship.
You get very
test.
on the fence every time this happens. We're just trying
I
to
don't
help
wanna
you,
become
dog.
Fucking Mayweather.
Here's,
Well, it was funny to hear you read.
It was. I know. Shut up.
here's a question.
Run it.
What is Congress?
What do you mean? What is Congress?
What is Congress? That's the question. How do you define Congress?
What are the options?
That's the question.
There's no option. Well, not in here.
You got to fill in the blank.
Fill in the blank. Congress.
What is Congress to you?
A structure of government.
No, Congress is. There's like. What is it?
A branch of government.
Yeah, it's like a branch.
A body of the legislative branch that includes the Senate and the House of Representatives.
Bartz is the only one that fucking knew that, dude. That's why he's laughing. He's like, you fucking idiots.
Just look at him. He's super white. Like his grandparents wrote that fucking law.
Dude,
in there.
I'm horrible at history, but I knew that answer.
All right, get one more, bro.
One more. I'm making this one up.
Okay, and if you know it, answer. You can't just.
See,
say, you can't.
I tried to answer it. I said it was a branch of government.
All right, I'll answer. I'll answer it.
All right, this
You
was,
don't see me
After
crying
I give
about
up,
it, bitch.
After I give up, answer it.
this was
Bart.
suited to every immigrant who's trying to get citizenship. Who said, give me liberty or give me death?
Thomas Jefferson.
That is incorrect.
George Washington.
No.
That is incorrect.
Fuck, dude.
Xavier. It's not Canela, all right?
Samuel Adams.
It's definitely not Samuel Adams.
No,
Thomas Jefferson.
he just said that, bro. Oh my God, you're fucked, bro. You don't
I
even.
just said the wrong answer.
The answer is Patrick Henry.
Who the fuck is that? I don't even know who the fuck that is, bro.
Why don't they
Fuck
ask me who
Henry.
Rosa Parks is? I'll tell you who that is.
Hulk Hogan.
Who was the first president?
George Washington.
Okay, there
According
you
to Steftone, it would not be George Washington. I forgot who it is. But apparently it's an African American dude.
That was the first president?
These are not easy ones. These are hard ass ones, bro.
telling you,
Who the
thank
fuck
you.
is Patrick Henry, bro?
Thank you,
Like,
he's on-
all right,
I'm
let's
sure
see.
he's a very influential
All right,
figure.
one more. He's got to at least get one right, like, because if you waste the two wrong ones,
didn't get
all right,
any
here we
right.
go.
First of
I'm
all,
already here though.
This is more of a question for the misogynist. Who made the first U.S. flag?
Oh, I think it is a female.
Yeah,
It is a female, but it's-
Yeah, it was on the Simpsons. That was the only reason I know this
I'll
shit.
give you a clue.
It was on the Simpsons. Tell me, E-Zone.
I'll give you a clue, X. What's one place you like to shop a lot?
Marshall Ross. Marshall Ross?
No.
That her name?
Oh no. Fuck, dude. There is a president. Is it President Roosevelt's wife?
It is not President Roosevelt's wife. The answer is Betsy Ross.
Betsy Ross. Shout out to her, though.
Yeah, shout out
That's
to
a
her.
great flag.
All right, that's
Great
it, dude.
flag. Shout out to her.
Low key, when you look at that flag,
That's a good flag.
you just feel it.
Yeah.
You want to join parts?
Feel it.
I was sick a few weeks ago. I haven't been smoking
Okay.
besides
Alright.
vape.
All right.
It's
on
like
you,
it's
Bartz.
affects the coughing.
Quit
so-
smoking, drinking more water. You're still red though. What the fuck?
I know. That's why I told you those things don't affect.
You ever gonna
the,
get that Michael Jackson dye and then just unread yourself?
Vitiligo.
Yo, what? How did he
I'm
turn
extra.
white?
I'm extra red today because I'm a little angry, so about the whole canceling me from.
An orange.
All right,
events.
talk about it, Bart.
All right, here we go.
Why are
Well,
you mad?
No. Ray said don't talk about it.
No.
so-
You,
All right, yeah.
No,
So- so
we just didn't want you to go on a super rant, but
Yeah,
go
dude.
ahead.
I'm not no rant. Just
All
that.
right, go. No, here.
We
Explain to
got-
me, 'cause
we
I
love-
don't really, I really don't know. All I know
The
is
short version is
All right.
I cannot sell at Smorgasburg, even though I'm part of this burger competition. That 8 people, the reason I can't sell there is they claim some of my paperwork was incorrect, but it's July 7th, so plenty of paperwork can be fixed before then. And I sent them the insurance and the health department permit. They wanted information way before the due date. And then they sent me the day of the due date saying my insurance is not good enough. So then I actually bought the insurance that they requested originally. I paid $500 more for that insurance for a year and sent them that form in. And then they sent me a letter today or last night saying that I'm not allowed to do it, which I think has something to do with the fact I said that dudes should not be in girls' bathrooms. And so I think the people that agree that guys should be in girls' bathrooms and in New York, because this is New York where this Smorgasburg, the governing body's at, they must have just canceled me. And then I said, well, who else was canceled or not, who else's paperwork was not valid? They go, others were. I'm like, who? Name me one. And they didn't name any. And so then I said they had till 6 a.m. to rectify the situation, or
They gave him an ultimatum.
Am I going to go to my next step?
Terrorist
So
threats.
the next step is I posted on Instagram and
Sound like Kanye
and
West
gave
right
out the
there.
number of the guy that runs it. So you all go to my Instagram and send him a text to find out why Bart's BBQ is not in the Smorgasburg.
Can I get that number?
Well, you know, if you really want
Might
it,
as well.
it's 646.
646.
This is not a reflection of the people that we know that operate at Smorgasburg.
Yeah,
What
no,
up,
this is
Correas?
just the
What's
guy that
up?
runs it. This is Zach. It's 646-468-2786. And you can text him. I'm sure he's already emailed me saying he's gonna sue me or something because I gave his number out. But you shouldn't give me your number, bro. I told him that from the get go. Don't mess with me. If you're not gonna let me be part of this,
Is that legal, Bartz?
it's not illegal.
Okay.
He gave me the phone number.
Yeah, this part is going on Patreon.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. He gave me his phone number. I mean, I gave out a phone number of a guy that's worth $400 million that owned my property when he was fucking with me, and he told me he was going to sue me, and I still haven't seen a lawsuit on that one either yet. I had, who else's number has been out there? There's a bunch of people. There's a bunch of people.
So, wait, my
But it's all because
We don't share numbers the
it's all
same.
because of E-Zone right here.
E-Zone was the first
and
one.
was the first one to give my number out.
I did it for fun, though.
I know you did, but apparently it caused a lot of pain to these people too, because people like texting. My followers like texting people.
God
That
Text
damn.
is free.
Bartz is
Text
red
is
right
free,
now.
guys. Text is free.
It's free. It's free. You don't need to buy a burger off me. You just need to text them.
So wait up, I have a question because I did see the LGBTQ and I super commented because I don't stand for that shit
Yeah.
either. But
Whoa,
how
whoa, whoa!
did
What do you?
get-
All right, what do you mean when you say that?
Yeah,
though?
you should
Let's be
very-
clear about
Yeah,
it.
be
But
clear.
They know exactly what I mean. If they want to clip and clip, they know exactly. I
And
don't.
we don't need this page.
Yeah, but they know they're just.
Xavier just doesn't agree
I
with
don't-
with the
but
men in the
Xavier,
women's
you don't-
bathroom.
Yes,
Yes,
exactly.
you don't
yeah.
agree with the men in the women's
If they want
bathroom.
to pick and
Okay, all
choose,
right.
that's fine.
Nothing
They
wrong
can
with
do that.
LGBTQ.
Of course
just-
not. No. But you know,
just-
they know exactly what I meant. Well, what I meant is, how did you get caught up in that video? Like, you don't work there. Like
No,
I wanna know.
I posted the video of the girl that was kicked out for being mad that there was a dude in the girl's bathroom with her daughter in there. I guess it was her daughter or her son, and then they complained to Angel City Brewing, and they posted this video, and a bunch of my followers sent me the video, and I'm like, okay, well, I don't agree with that either. Why the hell is
So you
that?
got, just for reposting?
I
it?
reposted the video on my Instagram saying that dudes should not be in girls' bathrooms on my story. And then a couple of these food bloggers that have certain beliefs decide they wanted to cancel me, so they got my post out of context and reposted I'm anti-LGBTQ and gay and all this other stuff. And that's why I had to make a video, because all my followers are sending me. I don't follow these people, but it's all over their Instagram. One works at LAS, one works at The Eater, one works at LA Taco, and so I'm sure there's people that follow them that may even follow me. And I was like, well, I'm not gonna let them say that I don't like gay people or trans people. I don't give a shit what you are. You can do whatever you want, but if you're a dude, you should not be in a girl's bathroom. If you have a dick and balls, you don't belong in a girl's bathroom. I don't care what your problem is. And I was right, because I got tons of support from my followers. And because of that, my Instagram account got shut down 3 different times in one day. But luckily, either someone that follows me worked in Instagram, or someone knows someone there, because every time my account was recovered, and then it also was recovered, and all my violations were deleted. So my account came back better than when it went off to the Instagram world. So all I did is every time I said dispute that my account's getting shut down, 20 minutes later it was back up, which it says it takes a day or two. So 20 minutes means there was someone on my side or something in the Instagram world that brought it back. It happened at 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
And they got people there too then.
Hey,
I know they do. That may be
Somebody
why.
said Bart's changed it to LGBTQ.
So after the 3 assaults to my account, one at 4 o'clock, one around midnight that night, and one around 3 in the morning, I got my account back, and so far the account's still up and running. And so that was their first phase of trying to shut me down, because I guarantee some people didn't like my post, and they kept on reporting that, and that's what triggered the account get shut down, because they thought it was like, I don't know, hate speech or something. But saying dudes shouldn't go in girls' bathroom, I thought it was common sense. I mean, I'll tell you this. I know the followers liked it, because I got over 100 voicemail messages on my Instagram from people saying they support it. They can't comment on. They can't comment on it because they might get canceled themselves. So they're just sending me a voice message, letting me know how supportive they are, and then
suck your dick,
and then
You don't stand for fucking balls and dicks in the restroom, but we'll suck your dick, Bartz.
Yeah, it was, I'm glad that people have common sense still, and they don't support dudes in girls' bathrooms.
This was at that LA City brewery.
No, that was at Angel
All
City.
this does to a
Angel City,
business,
yeah.
bro, is just makes them have to open up a third bathroom, dog.
I know.
That shit's fucking. Imagine, fool, like all the taquerias will be pissed, like,
My
bro, like,
God.
yeah, bro, cause like for years these there's a lot of places that do not want to make these changes. They got to make a third bathroom now. No mames.
All you gotta do is just put no gender on the bathrooms, period, and just have individual stalls. Like
But at
most
least
places.
you know. But at least you know when it says no gender that there might be another gender in there.
You know the Japanese
Well,
have
usually,
this.
at least
usually
you know
those are
that.
individual bathrooms.
The Japanese don't got to worry about this shit.
Bathrooms.
You know why? Because they can walk in there being a Pikachu, a fucking transsexual, whatever the fuck they want to feel as a. And that bathroom is going to be the same for everybody because it's individual.
Yeah.
It's locked up. You could go in there and fucking have a fucking asshole in your face and shit out of your mouth. Nobody's going to need to know, bro. It doesn't fucking matter because it's an individual bathroom. So that's what they're probably going to have to do with all these bathrooms. And I'm for that too, bro. I should be able to go into a bathroom and take a shit.
Do whatever I want.
That's what that
Really.
South Park episode was all about.
When Cartman was in that bathroom. Yeah,
They
bro.
wear like a little bow, and that's it.
Listen, bro, it's natural instinct, bro, that you should, like, when you're taking a shit or you're using the bathroom, that is the most vulnerable time for any mammal out there, bro.
Especially if you're a female in a bathroom and there's some dude in there that pretending to be a female.
What if that was all hard and shit?
Or your niece or your daughter or whatever's
What?
in there. Like, you don't want that. It's just like there's no cameras in there. Like there's
straight
no,
up.
There
Shouldn't be any cameras.
Yeah,
Well, no, but
exactly.
there
There
isn't
shouldn't be.
there isn't cameras in there. That's the whole reason the dude shouldn't be in the bathroom.
He's
Because
just hiding
if
on the
something
sink.
happens to you, there's no proof of it. You could be like some chick and some guy rapes you in there and leaves you in a bloody pulp in the bathroom and walks out and no one thinks twice about it. Oh, it's a dude in the girl's bathroom.
Or
Who cares?
what if he just like decides to jerk off? That's pretty disturbing, bro.
You do
You
all types
taking
of stuff.
you taking a little kid to the bathroom and then there's some fool in there who like dresses as a chick and he's just jerking off. Because you can still get hard.
In the words of Steph Tone, and I'm paraphrasing here, if you've thought about it, they done it.
It's happening. It's happening.
Yeah, fool, shit like that, Yeah, but I don't know. Individual bathrooms would just fix everything, and I'm glad. Stop fucking making the bathrooms like, like fucking. I don't want to feel like I'm pissing in a trough. I never went back to Dodger Stadium ever since that experience.
Aw, come on.
Fuck that shit.
Come
bro.
on.
Nah,
It's still
bro.
fun.
I
You
don't.
still gotta go to a game.
I don't. I mean, yeah, of course, I'm going to the VIP bathroom, but I'm for sure like the whole idea of pissing in a trough. Nah, bro.
I don't mind it. I'll piss
I
on
mean,
the
you got a lot of people at
tree.
Dodger Stadium, so you gotta make that as quick as possible. So the trough.
I'll wait.
Trough is the way to go.
Can't wait. Can't wait all day, dude. You know how bad I gotta piss after fucking 2 tall cans?
I'll literally ask. I'll ask
I
somebody.
can't wait for you to wash your hands.
You know
in
what?
your private little
As long as the guy next to you is not splattering on you.
I've
that's all-
asked
that's all
security
good.
all this, and I was like, "Hey, where do the rich people pee at?" Like I've asked that at the LAFC. I was like, "Hey, fool, where do the rich fools pee at?" They're like, "Well, a lot of the suites have their own bathroom."
They're
like,
with Rich.
yeah, right. Happy late birthday, Rich. I didn't go to the ride. My
Happy
bad.
birthday, Rich.
Yeah, but yeah, salute to him. But yeah, I've asked that shit before, and they're like, "Well, there's a bathroom upstairs that's like almost behind the bar. A lot of people kind of bypass it. It's really nice. Like there's places, bro. Like even at Disneyland, I have the best bathroom. I'm not gonna burn it out, ever, dog. That's my favorite place at Disneyland right there. You get to go take a dump comfortably. Nobody's waiting for you.
Who has his favorite place to take a shit at Disneyland? What the fuck is wrong with you? He's
Aren't they all clean, the bathrooms there?
yeah, it was Disneyland.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't want to take a shit where everybody's going in and out. I like my solitude, bro. That way I can take a solid masa, be calm in there.
I'm glad.
He's on this one of a kind, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm glad I just.
You sound like my dad.
No,
You should-
yeah.
you should hang out with my dad.
I don't pee in. I don't pee in public.
He thinks
Wait,
the same
what
thing.
the fuck did you just say?
You know I don't pee in public.
Okay, I
Just
think
hold
what he's
your
trying to
piss.
say, he doesn't like to pee in public.
Yeah.
Like if I have my bladder's really about to go, bro, like I'll seek for shelter so I can pee somewhere. Not just gonna just like I look for a spot.
So in worst case scenario, you still wouldn't piss in the public bathroom?
Oh no, like if I really gotta go, but like I'm talking about peeing out in public. Like if you really gotta like urinate, like somewhere, bro. Like
You don't see me. I'll go over there where that
Yeah.
truck's at.
yeah, no, straight up, this motherfucker will walk up to any truck and be like, I'm gonna go pee over there, and I'm just like, I just can't, bro.
Go. I need to
Yeah,
keep
man.
drinking.
You gotta go. You gotta go.
Yeah, God gave us a like, dude. You
It-
sound like a female, dog. You got a dick. You can use that shit anywhere. Use it anywhere, dog. As long as there's no cops, I'm pissing, dog.
Yeah.
No cops, no kids, I'm pissing, dog.
I just,
And
I
no
don't know,
school
bro.
nearby.
It just doesn't come out.
It doesn't go out.
So I don't know if you remember. in Los
I've
Pi-
stood there with like sorry, Ray. I've stood there for like a minute with my dick out in some places. I'm just like, like I'm just like,
Like, come on, boy. You gotta go.
I gotta go
feel
back
it.
into the movie.
That's funny.
What did you say, Ray?
So back in the day, and here in downtown LA, there used to be a McDonald's right here, like around Skid Row. I don't know if you guys remember that. Anyways, there was a public restroom right next to it, and I remember one time I needed to go to the bathroom. I was like maybe I don't know, 6, 7, or 8 years old. So my dad went with me, and Ezo, when you were just talking about that, I can't imagine you going to this bathroom because not only was it dirty, smelly, full of dudes, but there was no doors in the stalls, bro.
Oh no, bro.
And there was a guy there, a big dude, like
Taking a
not
shit?
Bart's big, but like big, wearing a little like little Mexican hat or whatever, taking the shit, dude. And he was like, there's no door, so everybody saw him taking a shit, and I'm like
a Felipe Esparza type dude.
probably yeah.
Like big like him. 'Cause
He's big.
Yeah,
He's
he's
just
pretty big.
Wearing a
seen that.
10-gallon hat, and I don't know why I remember it, but like it's crazy to see like I think it's just my first time being in the public restroom where there's no doors on the stall, and there's a guy literally taking the shit with his pants down,
Wait up.
covering his dick and all.
I got a question.
I can't imagine you being in there.
No, I got a bigger question for you.
I'll just hold it, fool.
Fuck that. Cause yeah, he can hold it. E-Zone, you fuck around a lot. What is gonna happen if you go to prison and jail? Your bladder's gonna explode, dog. Like
I'm
you
not gonna
gotta
go to
take
prison
a
or
piss
jail.
and you gotta take a shit in front of these fools sometimes. There's no like, hey, can you turn around? I can see E-Zone asking that fool.
You know
"Can
they
turn
do
around?"
have a thing.
Wait
such
till you
as-
have to drink the toilet alcohol because there's no alcohol.
First of all, I'm not going to jail. Fuck you guys, all right?
Well, you don't know that. When you go to jail, you just go, dog. You're
Yeah.
kind of just there.
kind of go to court and then they convict you.
Yeah, but I'm not going. So
E-Zone swears like he sounds.
you know they have what is it? They do have like
Yeah.
the thing where you pay. I think it costs you like $100
Like
per
$200.
like $200 where it's like a rich people jail.
Yeah, you have to do that in your plea bargain.
Yeah,
In your plea bargain, you have to be like, well, I'll plea bargain if you gotta let me in these jails, but it's $200 a day.
yeah, that's
Private
fine.
jail. Yeah,
That's
it's
a
only for,
hotel.
like, super rich people.
See?
Like, you are B-Real's dad, so I'm sure.
I-
B-Real's son, so I'm sure you can.
I could for sure take it. I could for sure pay the $200 there and then be like I'm comfortable and then just take a shit
What if
there.
you're there for a year?
Huh?
You'd pay $200 the whole year?
You're not gonna be there for a year. The judge's gonna see you on Monday.
Oh no. You're staying in the public drunk people cell the whole time, dog.
No,
Yeah.
you can.
Yeah,
pay-
yeah. You're not getting away from that.
You don't get no special privileges there.
Yeah, the first night, no, you get.
they're
to
gonna
hang out with.
they're gonna transfer you probably to the county, and then send you whatever jail city that
Yeah.
they need to send you.
You
to.
get-
Have you
You're-
been in jail, Bart?
Yeah.
What'd you go to jail for?
I went to county for temporarily. It was actually I was scared shitless. But like I had a driving on a suspended license ticket that I thought was taken care of when I took care of all these tickets in Long Beach, and lo and behold, they didn't take care of that one because it was separated from my other tickets. I was plea bargaining down to lesser fines and stuff.
Did you try to sue the Long Beach Police Department?
No, what happened was I was in Marine Del Rey coming back from the gym, and like the cop pulls me over and he's like, yeah, you have like a driving on suspended license ticket and a $15,000 like warrant for your arrest. And I'm like, no way. I was just in court in Long Beach, and they were really nice. I mean, they like brought me down to the Marine Del Rey jail and like left the door open so I could watch TV and hang out with them that night. But then they had to transfer. They had to transfer me to Long Beach. So they had to send me down to county first to get on a bus. They'll take me to Long Beach. So I'm down there with this is like right after 9/11. I'm there with two guys are suspected terrorists from the FBI. They were in there. And there's nothing that unifies prisoners in a jail cell than that point when we find these guys are terrorists. So luckily for me, no one fucked with no one there. We just all kind of moved to the other side. And, you know, whether you're black, white, whatever, what gang you're in, we were just super nice to each other because we didn't want to deal with the terrorist guys in there. So, like, they took and transferred everybody. At the end, I was left there by myself. And I asked the cop, I'm like, hey, man, where's my bus for Long Beach? Like, why am I still here? You know, so I've been, you know. And I mean, when you go to county, like, they open these big-ass fucking doors. Your bus goes through. It shuts behind you. And you're like, fuck, I'm really in this place now, you know. And so the cop's like, oh, man, they already came. You didn't hear us call your name? I'm like, no. And they go, oh, sorry, bro. And they walked away. And they're like, you're going to probably stay here tonight. And then all of a sudden, the three cops came back laughing because they were just fucking with me because they knew that I didn't want to be in there. And they're like, no, man, your bus is coming right now. We're just messing with you. So then they sent me from there to Long Beach jail. Now, Long Beach jail, there was some crazy motherfuckers in there. Like, they try to give me lunch. One guy wanted my food. I'm like, here you go, bro. Take my bologna sandwich, you know. So I was in this whole predicament for like almost 2 days straight. Finally see the same judge in Long Beach say, hey, bro, I just saw you. I thought you got rid of all my tickets. And he's like, oh, I fucked up. He was giving everyone maximum fines, maximum this. I come up there, and he's like, okay, I'll write it off that, you know, use time served, you're good. And then he says right afterwards to the guy right after me, he goes, just so no one thinks I'm racist, because I was the only white guy there. The guy behind me was black. He goes, I'm going to give you a lenient sentence too, sir. So the guy behind me got a lenient sentence because he gave it to me. And so the guy after that, he gave a lenient sentence too. And then he was back to, nope, sorry, you got to go to jail. You got to go to jail. So the two guys behind me were like my new best friends because they're like, thanks, bro. Like you got us off of whatever charge they were on because he didn't want them to think he was racist because
Abraham Lincoln over here.
There. It was crazy, but I am getting off, and they let me go.
My question is, how did you guys know they were terrorists?
They told us, the cops.
They left you. They were not.
The cops told us they were waiting for the FBI to pick these two guys up when they threw them in there.
They didn't have them like super tied up and like.
No, they took all their shoelaces off and no, they were just sitting in there and
just had a little carpet.
Bro, as an American citizen, that moment in time, I'm not an American citizen, but at that moment in time, if I was an American citizen, I'll beat those fools up. Do not come into America after 9/11.
No one wanted to deal with them. So we all just sat on the other side and just hung out with each other.
I deserve citizenship just for that thought.
Well, the gangbangers and everyone else didn't want to mess around with the terrorists either, and they didn't want to mess with anyone else. We just like sat there and peace and harmony at the LA
What were they
County.
doing? Like, were they Muslim or like what kind?
They look like they're Muslim or like
oh damn
from some.
You know what, bro? Because like the
FBI did come in there though. They were like one of the last ones to leave. They came in there, shackled them all up, handcuffs on the legs, on the arms. And they escorted them out once.
So you don't want to piss those fools off, bro, because the moment these fools go Allahu Akbar, and then bam, that's it.
What? There was like 8 fools of those. Well, whatever.
What if they got like one of those like silent bombs inside their stomach?
They don't have silent bombs. They would have already used it.
I'm sure they had no bombs. I'm sure they were checked.
But anyways, this prison story got brought up because you had to take a piss or shit eventually, right?
Yeah, there I did have to take a piss.
And you had a what?
I never took a shit.
Tell everybody to turn around like you don't would have.
Well, they didn't allow. They said no. They said they didn't allow no one to shit in the bathrooms. The gangbanger dudes.
What if you gotta go?
They said you have to hold it. I said that to some other dudes. They wouldn't let them take a shit. You only can pee in there. They wouldn't let them use it as a shitter. And that dude just sat down and waited till he got his bus. I think to somewhere else.
That sucks, dude.
Yeah, no, they were very protective of the toilet. I mean, you could pee in it.
Wait. So it was a gang thing? It wasn't like a.
They were looking like they were gangbangers from somewhere that were in there.
Shit yourself? What's your op?
Some black dude went to go take a shit, and they said, "No, bro, you can't shit in here. Sit back down. You only can piss." And that was the only altercation I had when I was down there was someone wouldn't let the guy take a shit in the bathroom. But the terrorist guys made everyone else unified the rest of the time. They didn't try to steal no one's lunch.
Should have told him I'm not a terrorist, fucker. Let me shit.
Oh, these guys didn't speak English. These terrorist dudes. They pretended they didn't speak English. They were just speaking themselves over in the corner.
Were they like praying every 3 hours or how many hours?
We weren't there that long. We were on there for a couple hours. Like I was there from like
They- this
I was there from like 9 a.m. to like noon.
They pray like 5 times a day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Mega Man. I was in Long Beach jail back in 2010.
I'm sure you were Mega Man. I'm sure you were.
Starting to become hood stock, so everybody's gonna say how long they did in the group chat. I did
Yeah.
8
3
years.
days.
I done 7 years.
No, that was the
I
only
was in
time
the hole. I was in the pookie.
I did 20 years in the can.
Besides the DUI, that was the only time I went to any type of like jail temporarily.
You got a DUI?
Oh yeah.
How like was that embarrassing?
No, it was embarrassing because I had to. It was embarrassing because I had to get my uncle to defend me at in court because he's like a DUI attorney, so I had to deal with like getting him there to help me out. But no, like I blew like 3 times the legal limit, but somehow according to the officer when I was in the court, I passed all the field sobriety tests, but he just felt that I was drunk. And I was on ecstasy too that time. I had and the reason why the reason why he arrested me was because I had these 3 fat chicks I picked up at the bar that I was taking home. And
I love this story.
And he said to me, "You don't look like a guy that should be picking up 3 fat chicks. So I just feel that we need to take you down to the police."
What? He's just cock blocking you?
No, he's saying that he feels I'm drunk. Like even though I passed this little test, like put your finger in the nose, say the alphabet, walk in a straight line. He goes, I don't have a breathalyzer on me, but I know you have to be drunk because you would not be picking up 3 fat chicks at the bar.
Oh, you look
like you should not be picking up fat chicks at the bar. So because of that, I'm taking you down to
He fat shamed you?
He fat shamed me.
That's discrimination.
Yeah, well, that's what he said to me, and so then I knew that I didn't want to do the breathalyzer because those are highly inaccurate, and my uncle always says take the blood test. So I went and they took me down to the station. I'm like, you know what? Sorry, I want the blood test. I don't want this test. You're gonna take me to the hospital. So then the officer got even more mad because he had to put me back in the squad car, take me to the hospital, and then I pretended to like pass out like on the table. So I just laid there pretending like I was sleeping. And the nurse is like, I can't take his blood because he's not awake. And so she said, I'll be back. And then that officer was even more mad because now he had to sit there. So I pretend to be asleep for like
You're doing the best. You're doing what you're supposed to do.
Like
the
an hour,
longer you wait, the less alcohol is in you. That's the best thing you're doing.
Hey, so you're a good fake sleeper?
So eventually I started laughing because I just couldn't hold it.
You started laughing when you were
after an hour. So that's when the nurse came back and she took the blood out of me. And then that's when I found out, like, at court that I was 3 times legal limit. And then my uncle tells the judge, he's like, well, look, he might have been 3 times the legal limit, but he got an A+ on the field sobriety test. And so, like, you can't really fault the guy for, like, still thinking he can drive because, that was my defense. So they lowered it down to reckless driving. I didn't lose my license. I just had it on my record for 3 years.
You mean wet and reckless?
Wet reckless, yeah.
Wet and reckless.
Yeah, wet reckless.
Wait, so you pretended to sleep in front of these cops for an hour
Yeah.
and then you ended up laughing?
Yes, because I couldn't hold it. I
was there seeing it.
I started laughing, and then they got.
Why did you start laughing,
one cop's like, I knew you weren't passed out, and I'm like, and I just started smirking. Like it was
This would never happen to anybody else but you, Tom.
This wouldn't happen to anybody but a white person.
Can you imagine the cop with a sock?
There's no way a black guy can lay there like he's sleeping, and the black guy ain't gonna fuck, and the cop ain't gonna give him a little nudge.
Oh no, they nudged me. They nudged me, but
They would have tased the black guy.
Trying to tickle you?
They would have tased the black guy.
The cop was very pissed off because I wasted like another 4 hours after he took me down to police station. It was like a long time, quite a few hours.
That's crazy, man.
And then that's when they got mad, and then they kind of tossed me in the car, like afterwards, and started yelling at me in the car, saying like, you're not gonna get away with this, all this type of shit. And I'm like, what do you mean, dude? I said I got away with it. I got the blood test. But yeah,
Dude, that would have been fucking hilarious to see.
Christopher, I got detained in Yemen for Marlboro Red cigarettes during a prayer fast. Got real lucky they let me go. That's crazy. Yemen.
Wow.
Yeah, that's why
Those
you don't.
cigarettes?
That's why you don't go to places like Yemen, bro.
Apparently not, especially during prayer.
So since I brought it up in the beginning of the podcast, it was a little too early for it. I need Izzo to look at that, see if that's even real. But you know that hot Louis girl?
Hot Tui.
Tui, whatever the fuck that bitch did.
It's Hawk Tua.
I guess she used to be a kindergarten teacher.
Yeah, she got fired.
Yeah.
I don't know. That might not be true. There was posts.
Is that fake? Okay,
There was,
I don't
posts,
know.
there was posts that said that's fake on like Yahoo News.
Yeah.
I mean, they usually try to write the, whatever the real story is, I guess. But that was supposedly not true. But who knows? No one knows. No one says. Supposedly her identity has still not been confirmed.
That's crazy.
Okay, so you brought it up. What was your question in the beginning?
That I would not want a girl to fucking spit a loogie on my dick. She can like get it sloppy.
But that's not what she meant. And you know that, dog. Come on.
But guys are acting like, yeah, that's what I want in my life. I heard some guys be like, I wouldn't mind that.
To be honest, like, yeah, that shit's hella messy, bro.
She's just saying spit on it. Like, spit. Not like spit an actual loogie. Come on.
Dude, but there's some fools out there that wouldn't mind that. Me too.
Nah.
I feel like
They
Will.
thought about it. They've done it.
Somebody like Will.
Yeah, we're like, yeah, so like, Will.
I'll pay extra for this.
Well, I don't think you can stop her if she spit a loogie on your dick. You probably just keep on going. You may not say you want that.
I would be very like that.
What if it goes in your pee hole?
Ugh. Brother,
I don't have that much
ugh.
force. Fuck, this isn't a fucking spray washer.
Yo, X. Have you ever
it's gonna go in there, it's gonna hurt.
X? Have you ever seen DJ WillJ pay extra for something?
Oh, I'll show it. I'll look.
Remember
at
when
this.
he used to get those phone calls?
No, look at this. Oh fuck, dude.
Remember when
What
he
does that say he's
when he
on?
used to get those phone calls?
Click on that video and then click what it says after that. But yeah, I seen him pay extra.
Yeah.
I seen him pay extra before or after I boned some chick. I don't remember, but he's paid extra for the chick I was gonna hook up with before or after.
Dude, this is some creepy
that.
ass shit, dude.
And then what did he say after that?
I paid $40 for that.
You can put it on the Patreon. $5, guys. You can see this shit. How good is it for $5? He's on.
Dude, it's kind of creepy, bro.
That's Rosie, dog. That's Rosie. And then he said, and I sent him that video because
God bless Rosie.
You know how Google gives you like a
Dude, be there for your daughters, man.
be there for your daughters.
Is she a mom?
Huh?
Is she a mom?
You want to see it, Ray?
Well, yeah. Is Rosie a mom?
Will looks like the biggest creep in that video.
Dude, paid extra for that.
Yeah, he's like, it is very creepy, like, bro.
Yahweh.
Man.
And I told him, I just sent him the video. You know how Google gives you like reminders of like, and
Te vale
June
verga esa
25th, you
bicha,
were
no?
doing this. I sent it to Will just randomly. He's like, oh yeah, I remember. I paid $40 for that. Remembers exactly how much that fucking groping cost.
Yeah, put it on Patreon.
I'll put it on Patreon.
They gotta pay $5. He paid 40.
Yeah, it's exactly, dog. Way cheaper. You guys are getting a steal.
Yeah, bro, straight up.
Man.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. You boned that chick?
Yeah.
Raw dogged it?
No way.
Dude, I was gonna say, like, dude, if she, like, that shit's scary, bro. When a girl like that does anything for money.
Yeah, bro, it's sad. It's
Bruce-
sad. It's like low-key sad.
Bruce Banner, would GPS be... It's a controversial question, but I'm going to say it. Would GPS be mad if his daughters are strippers? He respects them
Anybody.
strippers.
I think anybody. No, I don't know. He don't respect them. They're just his employees. He just puts them on stage.
So he does not respect Rosie.
Nah, hell no.
Who does he respect
Eddie.
when it comes to women? I'm hoping his girlfriend, right?
Daughters, girlfriends.
Oh, okay. Good for him.
But you know what I'm talking about? Respect. You know who I would lose respect?
What?
You know who lost respect for their daughter?
The Hawk Tour girl?
Yup.
Come
Her
on.
dad. Her dad has seen this video and he said, God damn, that's
How many
my
daughters have
fucking
you
daughter."
disrespected, Xavier?
Bro, that hot Tui do with her dad. I heard her dad's a priest or a pastor. Word on the street. A lot of word on the street here. I don't know facts, but all I know is her dad lost respect for her, dude. Her uncle, her friend sent it to her dad. Be like, is this?
Maybe that's where she learned it from.
I was about to say the same fucking thing, actually.
Imagine the dad like, damn, your mom does do a good hot Louis too.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, bro, at some point, like, if you're a dad, bro, like, you think that, what, you think your adult daughter's not out there doing...
But you don't want to see it.
Yeah, you don't want to see
wanna
it. He didn't see
bro.
anything, though. If you disown your daughter over that, bro, like, That fool has some
I'm gonna
business
come.
owner, but you look at her and you're like,
at least
damn.
hopefully she doesn't have OnlyFans. I mean, hopefully it's just.
Oh,
that
she was
one
gonna
bit.
start one after.
I'm sure.
Yeah, she just started
Yeah.
one yesterday.
Probably.
Yeah, we'll subscribe.
Yeah.
I saw her do a hot Louis.
A hot Louis. Hot Louis. And you want to be a citizen, you can't even say it right.
Yeah, you can't even say it right, XG.
Dude, you want to know the most fucking illegal thing I fucking thought about the other day? I didn't even know what I was saying. You've heard the term blessing in disguise?
Yes.
Blessing in disguise, right?
Yes.
This whole fucking time, for 30 years, I thought it was blessing from the sky. As in, like, Jesus was throwing blessings to people, and you gotta catch it.
Dude,
Like,
you're fucking.
I said that shit in front of a white person. They're like, wait, a what?
And he's gonna pass that immigrant test here in a few weeks or whenever that is.
Blessing
sense, though.
from the sky.
It makes sense, though. Like, Jesus is throwing the blessings at you. Like, hey, watch out. Blessings from the sky. I know it's blessing from disguise now. Like, I get it. It's in a costume. But I legitimately thought it was like, yo, aguas. Jesus sending out fucking blessings, homie. Like, catch them.
Yeah, dude, you're a fucking different kind of special dog.
Yo, X, how do I become a citizen of Mexico?
I think your parents just got to be
What if I just want I want dual
probably
citizenship?
by land.
By land?
Probably by land.
All
I
right.
don't think it's that hard.
What
A lot
about
of people
you,
are getting it.
Izan? How do you become a citizen in Japan? How do you become dual?
You have to spend like 6 months there and buy property.
Okay, so it is about property.
Now it is like, or you have to have some kind of job there, and then after a certain amount of time, you become Japanese or half
Yeah.
Japanese. I definitely can't wait to go back. I'm ready for it.
Most modern country has to do finances if you want to become a citizen and you're like from America.
That is
But,
true.
Like they usually like want you to have so much money or whatever. Like
Yeah, you got to make
so-
over $75,000 a year.
Or you have to employ. I think you have to employ like 6 U.S. citizens. Like they're better off with you here than kicking you out. It's basically how America wants it. They're better off you here than leaving.
I see all these fucking videos. They're like, what is it? Japan is paying people to go out here and breed. Listen, let me tell you guys something, bro. The Japanese don't give a fuck about your feelings, what the fuck you identify at, what color you are. If they don't like you, they don't fucking like you, bro. That's the reason their fucking country is so orderly and so fucking spotless and clean, bro. If you're not with the shits and you're thinking it's like, man, I'm gonna go out there and just start busting nuts and create a new generation of criminals, it's not gonna happen, bro. They got fucking jails out there ready to put your future kids in there if you fucking have bad seeds, bro. So people out there thinking that it's all easy peasy, that you're gonna go out there and populate or impregnate with the cancer of your genes that you have out here.
Damn.
But you know what I mean? It's not gonna happen, bro. They're very fucking picky, and they like motherfuckers that like to work. Cause all the motherfuckers that are posting up moving to Japan right now because I seen this fucking meme are all stupid fucks that I see online.
What's the meme that people are talking about that you're talking about?
There's a gang of them.
Oh,
Declining population. The funniest one is like they're paying black people to move out there. Like I'm just like bro, they're
Alright.
they're racist as fuck, bro. They do not like black fools out there, dog. So I'm just like, man, fools will just believe anything out there.
Bruce Banner, LA is spotless and clean.
Where?
Yeah, where, bro?
Where is
shit-
that at?
LA,
We got a whole fucking community down the street right here.
so polluted.
We got a whole
Can't even have a
cities
fucking
within
baby.
cities.
Yeah, bro. Honestly, with
Well, Skid Row should be its own city. It should have its own zip code. It should
Fuck that.
have its
That means it needs its own city hall and all that bullshit.
I
Yeah.
agree. It should be a city, and then we should go to war with it, and then bomb it.
Well, you guys saw how they gave away those $600 million places or $600,000 places to a bunch of homeless people now.
That's just
And,
crazy,
did you
man.
see
That
shit?
tower.
Hey,
Yeah,
dude,
that tower, they gave away all those free places. They have like, penthouse suites. They're like views of everything. They got a rec room there.
Honestly,
They got a pool.
how does that make any sense whatsoever?
That shit
it
does.
doesn't.
The
They keep,
expectation is like insane.
dude. There's people that can't even afford apartments out here, bro, or they're barely getting by and shit like that. And like, you're giving this shit out to these pieces of shit.
They're doing this on purpose. I was telling you, Zone. I was talking.
Why
to
we
Eddie-
let them though?
We're basically letting them. I was
Why?
talking to Eddie Bravo, and I mean, not Eddie Bravo was right on all of it, but I
Oh
was
my
listening to
God.
him. And he keeps saying that they're making LA so bad that we want martial law. We want the military to come in and we giving them all our rights.
Only if we
Why
get.
are they letting them do this? It's because we want.
I would. No, you're right, XG. You're right, XG. I would be happy cheering for it if like they get to go after all Skid Row first and then televise it, like bashing fucking brains in, fucking setting tents on fire.
They'll never leave. The military will never.
That's fine, bro. Like it's not. You act like it's hard. It's hard. You act like it's hard to obey the rules, bro. We're pretty cool.
Well, the government has to have martial law come in. I don't think Biden's going to be sending martial law into LA anytime.
Like if we had
that they could get the National Guard possibly to come.
Guard, okay,
but the National Guard is like, I don't think they're going to come in there and do martial law.
Like the National Guard, look, fool. National Guard XG needs to come in there like how we came into Vietnam. Like, just dropping that fucking powder everywhere. Hey, man, it's time to go back to whatever state you came from.
I'm tired of these tent titties.
Yeah,
I'm tired of these tent
that's what I'm saying.
Bro.
Like, they come through
tent titties.
Yeah, you haven't heard of tent
They send a bunch of drones and just start murking
People
fools.
just boning in tents. Eddie Brown was here last 2 weeks ago dropping facts on tent titties.
He fucking lied about that, stupid. He admitted it. Jeez, you're the one that believes everything, but... Yeah, bro. Like if we just literally did what the Simpsons did when they fucking got that bubble in Springfield around Skid Row, and then we dealt with it in a military way.
It's not just Skid Row.
Like
it's every road.
Yeah, but everywhere. You send these buses and they're like, hey, bro, they treat it like a militia goes around. They're like, hey, it's out of the tent. We're gonna take you to this insane asylum. We're gonna put you to work. Or you're going to fucking go back home.
I think it's funny that they spent supposedly $21 billion in California over the last 10 years to fight homelessness, and nothing's happened. But that's the same amount of money you could have opened 8-win casinos in the middle of the desert with $21 billion. You could just open a whole city in the middle of the desert and say, here's homeless people. This is where you got to live now. And you could have built like a resort. They all could have moved out there for $21 billion. It only cost $3 billion to open a Las Vegas casino. You could have opened 8 there. And how many people could you put in there? Probably enough to take all the people off the street. So
yeah,
it's totally bizarre that like all this money is just spent to other people that are in cahoots with the city to make money, but then nothing happens.
You know what's crazy? People say it's like, you love Japan so much they have a homeless problem too. Yeah, but you know what? They got a way to get rid of it, and a lot of these people get sick and tired of that homeless life, and they're like, I'm gonna try again because they even have people that have services that'll make you disappear and get out of the working class society if you don't want to be a productive part of society and contribute to the economy, bro. Like they literally, like all their homeless, bro, they're forced to live in the fucking forest. Like, and if something goes wrong up over there, bro, these motherfuckers are going to jail, bro. Like they literally live with such like tedious precaution. They're like, hey, bro, yeah, nobody cares about us, nobody likes us. Well, yeah, fool, you guys failed at life, bro. You stopped fighting, you gave up, bro.
But wouldn't you think that, like, especially in Japan's case, they have drugs banned? I think that has a lot to do with like the transition of a homeless person trying to get their life back together. As opposed to here, where drugs are fucking everywhere, all day,
100%,
anytime.
They give them away in San Francisco for free.
There it is.
And alcohol.
So in some weird way, we got to ban certain drugs. Or all drugs.
Legalize all of them.
Nah, you can't, bro. You look at what happened in Portland, bro. That shit did not happen. These fools are crying for help, dog. Like, that shit is fucked up over there. Take a trip to Portland.
Let's pick and choose which drugs we legalize.
You can't, like, bro, you just can't have that. Like, it has to, like... What has to happen is that it has to go back to being penalized like how it was in the 90s, bro. You get caught with a dime sack, you're going to go to fucking jail. I'm not talking about weed or anything. I'm talking about, like, if you get caught with some yayo, hey, bro, you better be more careful next time, bro.
Yayo out of here.
Oh, dude, legalizing more drugs is not going to be the solution. Look what happened. That's not the solution.
I didn't say legalize it.
I mean, make it worse is not the solution.
You need people in prison, bro. That's the reason
you
have so many.
Yes, you do, dog. In prison. Fucking Bukele
That's
over
where people fucking learn their lessons, bro.
You love Japan so much, but yet they have little incarceration.
Yeah, because their prisons work.
No, it's because you have to start with the kids.
No, you don't,
Starting off with the kids.
Bro,
starting off with the...
Dog, you have not done no fucking research about Japan's fucking prison system, dog.
Imprisoning people is what? Getting a lot of kids in foster, a lot of kids with dads. That's what makes homeless people at the end of the day.
That's not what
makes people on drugs.
That's not what made Japan decrease their prisons, bro. What made it happen is that these fools actually rehabilitated people after giving them a lot of fucking punishment. And the people that got a chance to go back, like they have so much old people that these fools ain't committing crimes, dog. Because all the youth, they're focused on working, and the people that are not, is less and less jails that are being occupied. Their fucking system actually works, bro. Like They don't give you a vacation like we do here, bro, where fools are able to link up with their homies. These fools are like, hey, bro, there's a certain amount of time you're doing exercise, certain amount of time you're reading, bro. And if you're not reading, get your ass beat with fucking sticks, bro.
Some homeless people are just homeless because they're
does not
broke.
sound like fun at the end of the day.
It's not supposed to be fun. Whoever said
Life is
fucking
fun.
prison is supposed
Life
to be
is fun.
Prison
Life
is
is
not
fun.
supposed to be fun, bro. You got it fucked up if you think prison is supposed to
I
be a
never
walk
said
in
it
the.
was fun. You're
Well,
the
that's
one-
what the fuck I'm talking about.
I don't know. You're tripping.
Put your headphones on. This is you
you're
don't fucking
literally-
hear.
You're literally asking for more people in prison. That is not the solution. Literally, can't believe you're over here saying just send more
Some people should be in prison.
Yeah, more people.
Some, not people that do drugs. That is not a crime. A crime is that's not a violent crime. People should not be doing 25 to life for fucking selling drugs. Especially for and says the guy who
What if it's
sold
fent?
a lot of drugs. I talking about like
What
you
if
shouldn't
it's
be
fent?
in jail for that. When
What if
it
it's
makes
fent?
no sense. Huh?
What if
What
it's
if it's
fent?
fent?
What if you're selling fent, which is known to?
If you're selling fent, okay, that's actually kills people. That's not a drug.
All drugs will
That's-
kill people
huh?
except for weed.
It's a prescribed drug, though, right?
Hmm?
Isn't it a prescription drug of sorts?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's a deadly drug. When you're no one's when you
There
when,
you said it.
No, okay, no. The people that should go to jail are the people that are selling blues under fent. You're selling the raw. If you're selling people this is fent, and you buy fent. You're buying fent. You want fent, and you can have fent. The overdoses when you buy cocaine and there's fent in there. That person should go to jail.
Rex, I don't know how to feel about people like XG getting free healthcare. I don't know about that, mate.
What does that have to do with jail?
I'm just
No,
saying.
I know that. Yeah, what does free healthcare have to do with people going to jail?
I'm just-
I don't know. People should go to. I'm not saying people shouldn't go to jail for violent crimes. These unviolent crimes that.
Well, guess what? There's a lot of people committing those, bro, and then getting away with it. Those people should be locked up, bro. If you're out there,
But a lot of them are committing other crimes because they need to pay for the drugs.
You think the guy that fucking stabbed your BFF scumbags? Fucking you think that he should have gone
That's
to
a
jail?
violent crime. Did I not never not say?
But
not
he was on
violent
drugs.
crime?
He was on drugs.
He shouldn't. You shouldn't go to jail for being on drugs. It's for the crime you commit on drugs. If you want to fucking do cocaine all day and sit around and not commit crimes, that's fine with me. It's the second you're on, where you commit the crime on the drug. Just like drinking, you can drink all day. Till when? Till you commit the crime on drugs. So you decide to drive and drink and drive. That's the crime, not drinking. It's always the crime you commit on the drugs, not because you're on drugs. Drugs should be exploring your mind. Drinking, you can't pick and choose what drug is legal and what drug isn't illegal. It's the crime you do on. It's the crime you do on the drug. That's the illegal part. That
Rex.
should be the illegal part.
Japan is a homogenous society, fool. Can't really compare to USA.
That's so small. That's another thing. Japan's so small compared to this fucking animal.
As
of a
small as
country.
it is, it has a longer and richer history than America,
100%.
which is crazy when we don't really
Even
think
as
about
much,
it.
George.
There-
I mean, even
Those
as
value
much,
honor and shit.
and even as much as we talk about Bukele and El Salvador, do you think we can run the same plan? If we gave Bukele United States, you think he could do it here? I don't think so. Too big, too much.
Yeah, it's
like
pretty big.
just-
He would have to start by like divided into fours. He'd be like, all right, like the bottom West Coast is getting that first wave. Once the other prisons and shit is built, all the criminals could run every other states. But guess what? This regime is coming that way too, and we're gonna fucking do the top left now. And then the top right, and eventually you would get it done because we have the resources, bro. You just talking about he gave how many
have the
billions
money.
to
We have
homeless?
the money, 100%.
How many fucking billions to homeless, bro? But you could build. How about you turn that shit into a prison or a mental asylum? Like, I'm not saying it all should be prisons, bro, but like the same amount of prisons that we're lacking today, you should be fucking putting mental asylums out there as well.
Yep.
I'm not saying give everybody a lobotomy and shit like that, but hey, bro, some of these motherfuckers out there do deserve a fucking lobotomy, bro. If this
don't
motherfucker,
work,
if this
you know.
motherfucker is out here SAing fucking bitches 3 times in a row, and then this motherfucker is quote unquote saying, I hear voices, and let me do it. Well, guess what? This voice right here told me to put this nail up your head so you could be a vegetable until you fucking die out, because we can't have you out here SAing people to death. You know what I mean? Like, it sounds fucked up, bro, but there was a reason a lot of motherfucking crazies got what is it? They were being held in contempt, bro. Like, hey, bro, like, you deserve to be with the fucking crazies, bro, because there's a lot of people that use that excuse, and I feel like that shit happens a lot in LA. There's a lot of motherfuckers that use that excuse or use this excuse like, I have a mental disorder. I hear voices telling me this shit. Like, no, you fucking don't, bro. You're just a fucking pussy, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, really, like, you really don't know what it's like to deal with adversity, so you fucking fall into these other fucking options and are afraid anything but to do the fucking work, bro. You know, and if you have a lot of that shit in the youth today where you're just like, man, this shit's so fucked, bro. Even if you have a war, it's like
the system is fucked.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's only made for the rich, man. Trying to suppress us down. Sucks.
Straight up, bro.
And it sucks that There's not a lot of people out there who are actually willing to. There's only a few who are willing to really stand up and try to like round people up and all that shit to try to make a difference. But unfortunately, fucking money runs.
I'm one of them. Bart's BBQ is trying to round up the people to
There you go,
fight all the fuckery around here.
What are the deals you got going on in your new little? I see you selling out.
We're doing a night market there.
The other day. Okay, night market.
Yeah. Oh yeah. By the way, I got an event popping up at Bart's spot. Any vendors that want to be down, I mean, listen, the food's gonna be all Bart's barbecue. So
Well, no, we have other people that can do food.
Okay.
We can do 3 other people. Well, we got Manny Hood Eats. He wants to do it. He's
Okay.
on my permit, and then we can have 2. Preferably, if someone does pizzas, that'd make it real easy.
I got somebody already.
And then like someone probably doing like
Ceviche or something.
Ceviche would be even better.
Okay, perfect. So listen, I already have what's gonna be 3 different food vendors, 4 different food vendors. But if you're trying to vend, like if you have a clothing line, you're selling art like Chili, you're like Tommy, or you're a Funko Pop reseller, you resell Pokemon cards, you're post up at the swap meet, hit me up. I got a few booths available. We're gonna try to do for one, we're gonna try to do the indoor one and indoor and outdoor eventually. But I need to cover like real security for that. And but right now we're gonna do it at outdoor night market. So if you're trying to post up, hit me up. Limited spots. Definitely could. I know some people that did my shit last time. I could bring them easily, and it will be a smash.
All right. Well,
Like the burgers.
We'll do it.
And also we can maybe do a ride too. Like if anybody wants to go on a ride. By the way, Bart's got a bike.
Yeah. I did get a
Hell
bite.
yeah. Fuck yeah. Welcome to the crew, Bart's. But yeah, anybody if we're trying to make a Bart's barbecue ride, so where we ride from a certain point, maybe we can start at like Culver City or something like that, or something that, or in LA, and then just ride around LA and then go eat at Bart's and then fucking bike back to the meeting point.
It's hard to picture a brisket on the bike.
No, I mean
We do
like
some burgers.
I mean like you go there and sit, because he has a bunch of like benches outside in the front, and we could blaze it too. It's great.
And it's BYOB, so you can bring your own alcohol. You don't need
At your spot, Bart?
Yeah, it's all. We're not selling alcohol, so you can
Yeah,
bring.
because you don't have to,
we had an alcohol vendor, but it didn't work out for him. So
Why you cancel him?
Oh, don't trip.
Financially, it didn't make enough money when he did it. So
Financially
we just
canceled.
switched it over to BYOB.
Well, he didn't pull up every day, bro. When we have that night market, I'm pulling up. Stop by the booth. No.
Benny P. #free Erin Alex Enamorado.
I mean, I thought those fools were out already.
Oh, bro, the fool's fighting the case.
He's
Damn.
out? Is
He
he out of
didn't
jail?
want to take the plea bargain.
He's still in jail?
Yeah, he's still
Damn.
up. Then no bail. They gave that fool no bail. So if he didn't get the plea bargain, that means he's gonna stay in jail. He's gonna fight the case.
When's his court date? Do you know?
I don't know. He's got long. He's got to find a.
Can you imagine he walks up to the judge, fuck you, like he just starts fucking yelling, like, cause
how he yells
he
at
tries going at it like the cops. You can't tell me what be in order, fuck you, like, that's crazy, bro.
Sucks.
Cause hey, bro, we kind of knew it was gonna happen, bro. They did it to Trump, but then they're not gonna do it to you.
I mean,
Well,
as
Trump's-
history
They
has
really
shown.
Trump's
do
not in
nothing.
jail yet.
I mean, hey, bro,
They didn't do nothing. They just.
bro, Trump
He
did
ain't going to jail. He will never step foot in.
They
jail.
made they. You know,
I bet you they throw him in jail when he
Yeah,
gets
they had
sentenced.
to, fool. They had to process him and all that shit. You think they're gonna do that?
Oh yeah,
you know what? We're gonna bring the jail to you.
No, that was the point of the mugshot.
No, I bet you on this case that judge throws him in jail for some period of time. You watch. They want to he wants to make an example of that guy, and he has a complete authority to throw him in jail if he feels like.
Do you know what happens though if they do throw him in jail?
Everybody
Secret-
starts going on a
Secret
fucking
Service.
Secret Service has to
riot.
stay outside at all moments in time, dog, till
They-
he's dead. He Secret
Yeah.
Service has to stay with
They've
him.
already
That's crazy.
they've already figured out those contingencies with the Secret Service. They already know what they're going to do
Yeah,
if,
it's
he
part
gets,
of, yeah.
if he gets thrown in jail.
Obama passed that law where it used to be like 4 years after you were president, Secret Service had to take care of you to make sure you were protected. But Obama made sure that it was forever. Because
No, it's always been forever. Obama changed it so that after Trump, it's only 10 years to get protection now. So all the future presidents are only getting 10 years because it was too expensive for them to pay for lifetime Secret Service. So Trump is like the last guy, I think, that gets lifetime Secret Service. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure Biden doesn't. Biden will be dead
don't
before.
need it.
Biden will be dead before he was worried about 10 years from now. So, I mean, more than likely he'll be no longer around. and I mean when you're 80 some years old. So
Straight up.
I bet you I have this view that Trump is going to be in jail when he gets elected president, and then they're going to have to let him loose to be president.
That's gonna be, dude. That's the first time I've heard that.
That's my theory.
Damn.
My theory is they hold him in jail the whole time until he wins presidency, and then they're going to have to let him go because he can't be president in jail.
That's crazy.
Like what?
He pardons himself.
He pardons himself. I mean, or whatever you want to say. But
It's
yeah.
okay, Donald.
But that'd be something if they had to fly down like the helicopter,
Yeah.
like back in what was that movie where that fucking Russian president got released to be president? Like I can't remember who that was. They flew it right down, pick him up Trump, take him to the White House.
Because if Biden wins, which obviously it's 100% possible, but there's no way he's gonna live the 4 of them, another 4.
Hey, how
There's
happy would you be if
He might, but he won't. I don't think he'll be making much sense on the 4th year.
would you be happy if Donald tried some of your barbecue?
He can try all the barbecue he wants. He likes McDonald's. Suppose that's his favorite place to eat at, or something like that. I read.
I would eat McDonald's at the White House.
He loves McDonald's, so I'm sure the Bartz burger would be just.
What would you? Okay, if you knew you could cater to the White House, or Donald Trump, can you do it? Donald Trump, I want Bart's catering at the White House. What would you make him? Brisket. What would you go all out for?
Honestly, like that's the one thing I don't really post up about is political stuff. Just other people fucking with me,
I
don't know if I'd even do it because
you would lose. You would.
I don't know if I want the backlash of all the people that.
That's
like,
the
go-
strongest
sit there,
backlash, fool. That's
the strongest
that's
one.
the strongest backlash.
You just almost got canceled for some.
Yeah, but that's LGBTQ stuff. That's not Donald Trump. Donald Trump is
feeding the president.
I mean,
That don't mean you're like
all
him.
my comments eventually end up with Biden versus Trump, and I don't even say that, and it ends up this wormhole, and I'm not gonna be part of that.
I've heard so much about this Bart's barbecue.
No politics. If he came down and bought a burger off me, I'd sell it to him, but I'm not gonna go cater Donald Trump at the White House or Biden or anyone for that matter. I don't.
Before the debate.
I mean, yeah.
What about both of them? What about the debate? Would you cater the debate?
Sure, if they were both there.
That's tomorrow.
Yeah, that's gonna be a big day tomorrow. We got to see really how good Biden is.
Oh, jacked up. He's napping right now. He's napping, bro. He can't do nothing other than eat and sleep right now because he got to
be
save
Jim
his
Carrey
energy.
up there.
Could be. You've heard. Oh, I like. Woo! You've been going down the rabbit hole.
It's gonna be Jim Carrey under that suit. Yeah, dude.
It's like the Mission Impossible. They have a fake mask on someone else, and he goes up there and pretends to be Biden.
My little brother, he got so mad because I was like, what, you thought Obama was a good president? I was like, yeah. I was like, no wonder you like him. He's gay too, huh? And then he was like, you cannot possibly be that stupid. I was like, you like Michael? He got so mad. I was like, what? You don't think Michael's real? And then I was like, that's the first trans first lady. That was like. And then he was like, he got mad, dude. He got so mad, dude. I was just like, fuck. I was kind of laughing about it. I was like, yeah, dude. I was like, you should do some research.
Research.
It'd be funny if they replace Biden after the debate because he does such a bad job, and they get someone else to run instead.
Well,
you get like the first whore president.
Well, okay. So here are the options. If Biden don't run, it has to be Kamala. There's no way they're letting Camel Toe Harris run.
It can be anybody.
Huh?
They can be anybody they choose.
Or Gavin Newsom. No, it'd be pretty racist if they don't pick the VP. That's supposed to be next.
Well, they won't. They know she's worse off than Biden.
That's what I'm saying. So they wouldn't pick her. It had to be Gavin Newsom.
Nah.
They love Gavin Newsom, bro. They love him, though.
Gavin Newsom's their hero.
Yeah, which makes no sense because how is he your hero when he can't keep one state in control? He's going to keep the whole country in control? Okay, so then, like him, we said no. Then there's Hillary Clinton. She can run again. That old lady can run again.
And
there's one more.
Who's the one more?
And I think she could win, but she can't handle the memes. Michael Obama. Dude, the memes will go wild. Dude, the memes would be crazy.
First trans president.
Dude, I might vote. If I could vote, I'd vote for it just for the meme world. Just for the comedy in the world. This
is why you don't have papers, bro.
This is why they're going to deny you even if you pass the test. You'll be posting up the phone number of the person who gave you the test because they discriminate against you.
Imagine the meme world, dude. If Michael Obama or Michelle Obama ran, well, the internet could handle it.
No,
it would break the internet.
I've always said that they're probably going to have her run at some point because, like, she'll definitely win. 100%.
she definitely win. That's what I'm saying. She
Because they'll
did.
be like, "Oh, Obama's forget her. Obama's the president again. We'll pick him."
What do you think of if a fight breaks out at the debate?
Between Trump and Biden?
Yeah, like
No.
what's that little fight rate? The fucking the little yeah.
Bro, but let's be for real though. Trump could take that fool like nothing. It'd be like me and you fighting.
Trump wanted to start an immigrant fight league, supposedly. Did you see that post?
What, an immigrant fight league?
Yeah, he said what he told Dana White, "Why don't we get all the immigrants together and they fight to the finish, and then they fight, one of those guys fight your top UFC fighter, and if he wins, he gets citizenship."
Oh, dude, this is why I'm voting for that fool, dog. That's the fucking mentality right there.
He has it's all over the internet. I saw it yesterday.
I gotta fight.
You
like,
lose, get deported.
Yeah, exactly.
I gotta fight like a UFC fighter if I want citizenship.
No, he's talking about like
first
the
you fight
migrants.
all the other immigrants.
Okay, like let's say I win that. Like let's say I'm one of the best.
That person is going to fight the top person
Bro,
that weight
that's
class
like-
of UFC.
Top
no
G.
one gets papers.
He was just joking, but that's what he said, and it's all over the news. And I'm just like, dude, people are so sensitive; they can't even take a fucking joke. You know, I mean, it's like he's not telling people he's going to have a fight league. I mean, it's preposterous.
It's like that one time that fool he was like, "Why can't you just Lysol deject it?" Remember, dude?
the bleach.
Yeah, the bleach.
Inject bleach in your body, and then it'll be clean. No COVID.
Dude,
I like that. 2 Pisces enter, 1 leaves as a citizen.
There you go. That's the way it should be.
And then, no, I hate that the people that have citizenship are the first ones that are gonna complain about it. I'm like, just let the Bisons agree to it, bro. Let this shit happen. Can we have a boat that does that shit in international waters?
What do you mean?
Like if we had like a fight yacht, or yacht fight, like a yacht fight club, and like it's like a bunch of container units that have been molded to be like a ring, and then we just take. We have like arranged
Or like
marriages.
10,000 immigrants go in there, and
Nah,
we're only
like-
giving them 5,000 citizens.
Yeah, no, it has to be something realistically. Like
10,000, 5,000.
like you
Is
make
it like blood sport where they like
like
break each
death,
other's
though?
legs?
30 of them, 30 top immigrants
but
who
to
are down.
death? They're fighting to death?
No, like I'm talking about they agree. It's like
That's crazy, bro.
If you lose,
That's
you're
inhumane.
gonna get the.
I think the world, the WHO is gonna hit us up.
If you lose,
Well, that's why you do international waters. So that
that's
way
what
they
I'm
don't have-
saying.
they
You
have no-
lose, you get
they have no
deported, or
authority
you
over
walk
there.
the plank. You know what I mean?
You walk the plank.
You know what I mean? Hey,
Doing shark infested waters.
You're not coming back. You know what I'm saying? But if you win,
10,000 leave,
you
5,000 come back.
You get an arranged marriage.
The ultimate immigrant.
The ultimate immigrant. like Squid Games, but like for immigrants.
There you go. Well, okay, then I have a better than okay, because I do like the fighting, but
Hey,
like
Squid Games for papers though. Paper games.
what's the other movie? What's the other movie? That's a Disney movie that they like fight for their to stay. The Hunger Games, the Paisa Games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta learn like the fastest one to like build construction, fastest one to change a transmission, the fastest one to change a tire, the fastest one to build some drywall, dog. Like we need the best immigrants. And you need to be fast. You get what I mean? Like who can pick the fruit the fastest?
I think. Well, that's
The
just
Hunger Games,
that's
the
like
Paisa Games, dog, and we just
that's like
move it. We
and
just-
I think if you're like an educated motherfucker, like let's just say it's like an immigrant doctor who's out there who's a brain surgeon in Mexico. I think his paperwork is still valid over here. Just put him in school, make sure he knows he realizes this shit, and we shouldn't have to make him get in debt. You know what I mean?
You know that does happen?
I feel that like let's just say like you get a top G surgeon from fucking India. He's like fucking the Mayweather of brain surgery, but he wants to live in America. Offer him some citizenship. We need the best doctors out here and fucking do it, but we don't, bro, because they don't care about us, bro. You know what tripped me out that I looked at? When they started cracking down on big tobacco, you know what these fools did, dog? And this is the reason our food is all poison. They own all the food companies. Like Marlboro, Camel, they own like Nestle. They own like all these companies that have our food, and like what they've done over the years is made everything super addicting. That's why all these ingredients, like they treated everything like a cigarette. You know what I mean? Because they started taxing everything before, right? Like when they cracked down on tobacco, they're like, "Hey man, you can't be putting these ingredients." Remember all those ads? They used to have the dead babies out there and all this stuff. They're like, "This is how many people die." They had to regulate all these companies during this time. So these fools, they're like, well, they started like the first time they tried doing that, they started buying like the companies, bro, like the food companies, and just buying all of them out, and like now they apply the same method into all the foods, all the processed foods. So that's the reason our ingredients are way different than the ingredients in like Australia, the ingredients in like South America, because they actually have stuff that says what it is in the ingredients, and our ingredients have red dye number 40, microplastics and all this shit, because all these companies are owned by big tobacco.
I thought food dye was like, not that it was safe, but I didn't think it was dangerous. You
Like-
know when you like buy food dye for like when you were a
Bro-
little kid, I thought it was just like color dye.
Bro,
like, oh, this
why,
is, like,
why
I
do
can
you
literally
why
drink this.
why high fructose syrup, bro? That's not even a natural thing, bro. Like doesn't that thing do what sugar does? It's supposed to be a sweetener, right? So why the fuck can't we just use sugar or natural cane sugar? Oh,
Because
because
it's cheaper.
because it decays faster, or because that's cheaper. But like, if people are willing to pay for shit that's already made with sugar, even if it decays faster, of course it is. It's not supposed to last forever. It's food. It's meant to be ate. But all these preservatives is what big tobacco has done to our food, dog. And that's the reason every single processed food out there has all these fucking ingredients that make no fucking sense at all, bro. Even certain waters, you're like, why the fuck doesn't it just say water? It's like, why the fuck does this need a nutrition fucking thing? Spring water doesn't have that shit.
Added minerals for taste?
Yes.
What the fuck do you need to add minerals for taste? It's
Can I have
water.
a
don't need
description
the
of those
taste.
minerals?
Yeah.
Where is that?
Fuck out of here.
They don't,
Yeah.
they don't want you to know they're using toilet water
Right.
to drink, their water or
What's
something.
up with your food? Do they got any fucking?
Does it have any microplastics or red dye number 40? No. I mean, maybe something I buy off the shelf might have that in there that I add to it, but not on purpose.
And of course.
There's nothing added to it. It's just meat.
Where do you I mean, you pretty much tell us where you get your
Red
meat from, but is it straight from Costco?
I mean, most of it comes from Costco. I mean, some comes from like these meat suppliers. It just depends. I mean,
You buy a lot. Like you can't just go to a garden and say, "Yeah, Stater Brothers" for like the amount you get.
no. I mean, I'd go broke too. It'd
So
be
that's
too,
what
it'd
I'm
be
saying.
too
So, like,
expensive.
when Costco is in the option, because I'm sure that Costco sometimes
There's places like in Commerce that are just these big old warehouses
Okay,
full of
that's what-
meat
yeah.
that you can go down and get
Like-
get meat, no problem.
You hear what these fucking assholes said? Luis Rodriguez said E is just trying to justify the bread punching.
And speaking of minerals, the minerals that you see in water are commonly calcium, magnesium, sodium, and bicarbonate, which is stuff that we actually need in our bodies. So that's why they add the minerals. And it's for taste. And some of that shit tastes fucking good.
Honestly, bro,
If-
like
if
I
you're-
have noticed the higher quality of water, bro. Like even I know that Kangen water shit is kind of like, for the price it is, it's kind of like a scam, but the science to it is real, bro. Like you iodize your water, that all that shit, it does make a hell of a fucking difference, bro. I don't know, man. The higher quality of water, and sometimes you don't really need all that water that you think you need, that gallon a day.
Sometimes you do if you're.
Sometimes you do.
in that
Don't get me
heat.
wrong, but like, yeah, 100% in the heat. But I'm saying like how some people, they try to force themselves every day. Like, hey, bro, like that's the body. Not everybody is meant to have all that shit, bro.
Well, you get water from your food too, so that's another thing. But I mean, you get hydrated by all the food you eat because there's water in that. Besides the eight cups they want you to drink or something.
If anybody can afford a doctor, go to your doctor and simply ask them, like, hey, how much should I drink a day?
You don't know that
Do all
either,
those
though.
tests.
These motherfuckers don't know that.
But they're fucking doctors. They study this shit.
No,
Well,
they don't
it-
study nutrition.
since the insurance.
Who's better than to ask than a fucking
nutrition.
doctor?
I will say this, since I've been like
Even nutritionists don't have a fucking doctor degree.
zigzagging through different insurance companies over the last couple of years, and every year my doctor changes because they don't qualify for my new insurance. I mean, I've had doctors that say I was diabetic and were convinced I was diabetic. Then I had a doctor that says, no, you have no diabetes, you just need to lose weight. That was like the one that was like, sure enough, like he was
That's
right.
one, the
He
right
was
answer,
right.
yeah.
He knew what he was talking about. Then I had another doctor that after I lost a bunch of weight said I have diabetes, but they can't prove it like on any test. Like, oh, the tests are fine, but you have to have it. You show symptoms of it. And then so I got rid of that doctor, and then I went back to another one, and that one says I'm fine and dandy. So half of them don't know what
They
they're
don't
talking.
know shit.
They especially about diet.
Yeah, diet, nutrition,
diet
yeah.
and nutrition and some stuff. Some doctors just
Look
want
at them.
to
Look at them. Do they look healthy? Do they look yoked? Probably not gonna listen to them.
Xavier,
you're right.
when you tore your ACL, who fixed you up?
It's very different. I said nutrition. They
But
went
who
to
fixed?
doctors.
No, just answer the
A
question.
doctor.
That's all I got.
No. But that doctor was an orthopedic. who is specialized in fixing ligaments and bone. That is literally what his. So what I said,
who
you
is
should go.
still a doctor,
no, but you should go to a doctor that specializes in nutrition.
Yes.
Not just
But
a
you
random
said
general
doctor.
doctor.
You
No,
said
but you just said a general doctor.
General
knows.
doctors.
They don't know shit. That's like
half them
asking your
don't.
nurse. That's
Yeah.
literally like asking your homegirl that graduated.
I wouldn't ask
Hey,
my
homegirl that graduated that's a nurse, an RN. What's my health like? She's gonna be like, well, this is what they said in the book. They don't know shit. They're not. You should specify more if you're a nutritionist. Like I kept saying.
All I heard is doctor and a couple of those words right there. So-
General practitioners don't know much of anything, it seems like. Or they all have different opinions.
Three eyes. Here's an opinion. Water's an unlimited resource the elite use draw to get us to fight for water. I've never heard of that one. I'll say that.
Water's a what? A limited resource?
It's an unlimited resource that the elite use to draw for us to fight for water.
Water should be free. The water you drink from the sink is not drinkable.
See the homeless people who get the water from
It's not drinkable.
but it's still free.
They get it from the fire hydrants.
It should be, huh?
They get it from the fire
Yeah,
hydrants.
but
them
water.
it's free.
I think water should be free, and it definitely shouldn't be. Water should not cost more than Pepsi.
True. But
That
it's the
is
main
crazy.
ingredient for Pepsi though.
Makes no sense. How does it cost? How does it?
It is
how
the
is it,
main ingredient for Pepsi.
It's the only ingredient besides some sort of syrup they put in there.
and some other shit if you read the back of the can.
Well, it's all in that syrup, all their ingredients. Because when you go to the self-serve fountain, it just shoots water and whatever that black stuff is.
Life ain't free except liberty and death. Somebody talk.
I'm sorry, I was handling something that was happening.
We were listening to you, man.
Yes.
You had so much to say about doctors.
Yeah, man. Dietitians, nutritionists, they're all doctors.
Yeah, you gotta go to what's that? Like I seen Steve-O had Dr. Who's that fool called? Dr. Drew.
Dr. Drew.
Yeah,
He is a doctor, by the way, people.
I mean that fool doesn't sound like he's full of shit though.
Sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't.
What about that Dr. Oz? What about that fool?
I don't know who Dr.
Full of shit.
He came out and he has his own TV, his own daytime talk show. Dr. Oz. He always wears scrubs.
Is Dr. Phil a real doctor?
Technically not.
So what is he? Just somebody who listens to somebody?
Well, yeah, for sure. I heard he's not a doctor. That's what I heard.
Osby was a doctor, right?
So,
He's probably a psychologist and not a psychiatrist. A psychiatrist is a doctor, and a psychologist is someone that just went to school, and they can't really give you that. A psychiatrist can give you like prescriptions.
but you can get a PhD in psychology.
You
which
can.
actually makes you a doctor.
But you're not a doctor that can write prescriptions. You're
Are
not
you a doctor of Bart's BBQ?
Am I a
Bart's man?
Am I a doctor?
Are you the doctor?
No, I'm not a doctor.
I think he's a doctor of barbecue.
I never.
Not a
100%.
barbecue doctor?
Yeah, I'd say so. Like he's revived a couple briskets that were dead.
I went to school to be a computer engineer. I didn't.
So you're more of a scientist or rather an engineer than a doctor.
Well, that's why I'm good
barbecuing.
at. That's why I say it's all no love. It's just technique and practice and to make the food good. As long as you know technique. Same with being an engineer. You just know all the different way things go, and that's just the way they go.
I highly doubt there's any like architect that said that built that with love.
Yeah, he just built it. He built it so it didn't fall down.
Brain, yeah.
The architect is the artist. So if you're an artist, you got to do things with love, right? Or else you're
No.
shit.
No, skill is better than love.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of people do stuff with skill. Ray hates that.
like firemen?
Yeah,
All
like
skill.
Yeah, well, if we're talking the arts here, and architecture is actually like a form of art.
It is.
There is some love, there is some passion put into that shit. Even if you're making a bank building.
But they got to make it structurally sound too, so they have a certain compliance.
Yeah, that's why you put all your fucking passion into it to make sure that everything goes right structurally and all that shit.
Straight up, bro. You gotta
I
fucking.
bet when somebody plates their food for a contest, they put all their. It's not about skill at that point. It's about presentation, and presentation has nothing to do with like
I got canceled,
skill
so I
and
won't
all
find
that
out.
shit. Yeah, unfortunately. Why don't you make your own? Invite the top 4, the top 2 into your spot, and make the best burger ever. Boom.
I would, but I think that they all wouldn't show up because they would like think that I somehow like rigged it or something like that.
Was there a grand prize to this?
Well, that's the thing. The prize was the voting. So I probably won the voting and I'm number one, but I can't even go there to do my burgers to sell them. So like the person that won won't even be there at the event. Like I'm going to put a post up on Instagram that if anyone that wants to accept my prize on stage and then burn it afterwards, they can go do that for me, because that's what's going to happen to it. I could give a shit about the. I didn't care about the whole thing in the first place, but all the fans were voting me in, so it's like, okay, I got to go.
Do you think if you weren't winning, they'd still let you? They would let you still participate, or do you think it has to do with both?
The top 8 people get to participate. Whoever was in the top 8, they all get to sell their burger at Smorgasburg. But it's kind of a joke because they're calling it Burger Day, so every vendor there is selling burgers that day. So it's like, okay, why would I even care if I'm like not even special or set aside? We're just thrown in the mix. We're not like in a certain area where these are the top 8 or the top 4, none of that stuff. It's just like you're there to sell food. And it's like, well, I have my own place to sell food. But I only was going to sell the food there because out of respect to the LAS, because I don't think they're corrupt, the ones that are actually doing the contest, because if they were, they probably would never keep on posting that I was in the top 5. They would just ignored my followers and probably said, oh, I lost, you know. But I felt, you know, I know them and I know that you know, they're honest. So that's why I went there to do the burger part, because it's all part of the whole event, you know. So, but now I'm not selling burgers there, so I could care less about who voted. I mean, I'm glad if I'm voted number 1, but it's just a popularity contest, pretty much. It's like winning prom king or the class president.
Apparently,
I'm the most popular.
That you make updates about on the daily.
Well, because the fans wanted me to win, they were supporting it, so I did it because they wanted to be a part of it. And obviously, if I went there to Smorgasburg, I wanted to win the burger part of the competition. But I mean, whether I won or lost, like I made a post about it.
No, I honestly
could care less.
No, I mean, I know you did it just to promote your shit, obviously, but
Yeah.
I honestly thought there was a prize.
Well, there might be a trophy or something at the end.
No,
but
I thought money prize. Fuck them. Yeah, like you said,
no.
it's just a fucking con. Yeah, it's just a
Like put you in the fucking LA Times or some shit like
then
that.
who cares?
Honestly, like if it's a fucking city thing, then the fucking publications that represent the city should be
Well, yeah, but that's the
Fuck.
thing. I think so many people dislike me, that foodie guys, that they were never going to post that I won or whatever.
Why do
Like,
people dislike you, dude?
Huh?
Why do people dislike you?
Well, it started by selling $6 burgers and calling out restaurants for overcharging people, and then it transferred into into when the Hangry Rider posted up some video about me, and then someone in the food business told him to take that shit down. So it's all gone from that point. Like,
I don't know.
Like my popularity has skyrocketed ever since I've been telling the people what I think.
I don't know how these people are mad at Bart. That's like being mad at McDonald's because they have a special and a good deal. Aren't you mad at that?
Yeah, but fucking McDonald's spends billions on commercials every fucking day.
They're just mad that Bart's barbecue costs way cheaper and tastes as good as theirs.
There's all types of reasons people dislike me. I don't particularly try to make them like me. So
we should do a roast.
We know that's for sure.
You know.
We know that's for sure.
Let's do a Bart's barbecue roast, where all the fucking other barbecue people come down.
I love it.
And fucking roast the shit out of this guy. Smoke the shit out of this guy.
They'd be too scared to come, because I just roast them back. They'd be frightened. You would have only but people like me probably show up. Anyone that hates me wouldn't show up to that thing.
If it's a roast, I'm pretty sure they'll show up.
I doubt it. They wouldn't want to give me the
Bart's, I'm pretty
time.
sure if you put your time, effort, and love into an idea like this, the people will come. Including
the people will come, but anyone that really dislikes me, I doubt would come.
Nah, make it a thing.
They're just a bunch of crybabies and cancel me over the internet and get people to side for them to make it and cancel me at a competition and don't even have a reason why.
Well,
there's too many moving parts.
If this idea ever happens, I'm gonna be mad because I told you so.
Hey, let's do the roast.
Burger off. Let's do a burger off.
I would love to do a burger off, but like
July
I said,
7th, go to Bart's BBQ. It's on Broadway and what's the other cross street?
It's 2728 North Broadway.
There you go. Show up, bring your burgers.
Yeah, they won't be coming down there. I mean, we'll see. Maybe there's a bunch of other people got canceled too off this, but I
don't think Hangerburgers got canceled, but we'll look into that.
Well, remains to be seen what happened.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I'm sure my phone has messages from people after I posted up my post this morning. See what goes on. But you know,
Bart's off.
Bart's off is. I mean, we were already talking about that to have a Bart's off down there at the restaurant. But like I said, I'll invite people there. They're in the top 8, but I don't think they're gonna come. You know,
I've been watching some wild TikToks and
Do not
Instagram
come.
stuff. People be going all out on the air fryers.
They're doing their burgers on air fryers.
Everything's on an air fryer, dude. Like, it's kind of crazy.
I've
like,
never
dude,
cooked a burger
like,
on an
these
air
bitches
fryer.
be like, oh, I cook, I get down. Like, you just put it in an air fryer, like, which I'm not hating. That shit did taste good, but like, would you call that cooking? You just throw it like the air fryer. I'm not hating. I bought an air fryer. That's why I'm going down that deep down the fucking rabbit hole air fryer, because it's so easy. Salmon, chicken.
Nothing wrong with air fryer. It's cool.
Loving it.
What's the bad thing about an air fryer? I'm sure there's bad things about it.
I mean, I don't know what there could be bad about it. It's just hot air they blow on the food to cook it. So,
You do a barbecue like that?
You don't really do much. I mean, it's better than probably oil.
Well, I heard that like the materials that they make the air fryer is actually not good for your, for your health and all that stuff.
They say microwaving your food's not good for your health either, but we've been doing that for years, and now I don't know anyone that died from microwaving their food.
No, I'm just saying because I always wonder like what's the bad rap about air fryers?
That's the first I've heard. Maybe that maybe they are made of some chemicals that aren't good for your food. I don't really know that. I've only used air fryer one time.
I wonder if there's a big air fryer.
I wonder if I can hear X because I can't.
Yeah, I usually cook all my food on the oven, stovetop in the oven, or on a smoker. Which I'm sure the smoker gets all types of carbon particles on the food that probably people say is not good for you either.
How long would it take to cook a brisket in an air fryer?
I don't think it tastes very good, but I don't know how long.
Well, I'm sure it won't,
But I mean, you have to cook it low and slow, and air fryers aren't exactly known. They're not low and slow.
the lowest temp is like 200 degrees.
Is it?
Yeah.
I guess you could put it at 200 degrees. The motor probably burn out on, but it'd probably take you 12 hours to cook in an air fryer. I'd put it in the oven before the air fryer. It'd be a lot easier. So yeah, that's that. So you cook on air fryer? What do you make on air fryer? Next to you.
I just got one not too long ago, so I've been going deep down like the TikTok rabbit holes, and I'm like, well, I'm pretty impressed on how much that shit can do.
Have you seen that girl that cooks all her food in the car? It's like on Instagram.
That's
I
crazy.
seen this motherfucker that be making food in the hotel, and he's using the sink.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's disgusting, dude. He's like this guy that he's like a trucker, and he'll make like a shrimp Alfredo in the sink.
Damn, that's weird.
It's impressive and disgusting at the
There's
same time.
videos of like guys in prison too, and how they make all their food.
Oh, yeah, that's just crazy.
That's gnarly.
That's some inventive shit right there, man.
Yeah, they go all out in prison to make some food for sure. But yeah, there's this one chick, she like posts up like she's in her BMW or Mercedes, and she has like a fucking either an air fryer or a fucking battery operated like crock pot or whatever, and she's like making all this food in her car. I'm like, dude, it looks good in the end. I'm like, damn, that's pretty impressive. You're making all these different meals in your car.
It's fucking gross.
It's gross, but it's cool.
I don't even like eating in my car, honestly.
Now you can cook and eat in it. Probably all the homeless people watch your videos.
There's this girl that I watch that eats like massive amount of food. This fucking bitch will have like a ranch fountain in the car and she order wings, and she the ranch fountain in the car. I'm like why? Like people just going all out on these
skinny
things.
person.
It's pretty hot though.
Okay.
She eats a lot of amounts of food.
Who's that? That Raina is crazy.
No, she's not hot.
No, well that's the only Asian chick I know that was like skinny that eats a bunch of food.
No, this chick is.
That's just wild when you see like people do that. Like they just eat and they're skinny as fuck and they stay skinny as
Yeah,
fuck.
like that skinny ass fucking girl who just like you said, that Asian girl. That shit is fucking disgusting, bro.
Dude, she's impressive and she's cute, and you're like,
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about.
I don't want to eat. You don't want to eat her ass, but
I've seen this
might.
girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. She looks alright.
All right, Bartz, come on.
She's pretty good.
Come on.
But I mean, imagine what it's like if you're like she's in the bathroom after.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. I follow this girl too. Yeah,
Yeah.
this girl. That's crazy how she fucking does all that,
Dude.
and she fits like hell a whole burger in her mouth, bro. That's just like that's competitive eating at that point, bro. Like I can't fucking do that shit.
She have OnlyFans too.
I don't think so.
Oh.
I think she's
A lot
classy.
of chicks just do it for the OnlyFans.
Classy, dude. Don't put her there.
Everyone has OnlyFans almost now.
The bitch walks. Look. She puts a ranch fountain in the car, dude.
Damn, that car has to fucking stink, bro. Cause if you buy tacos and you make more than a 30-minute drive, that shit is gonna fucking smell nasty, bro. Even the next day.
I don't know. Sometimes it smells good the next day. Like, oh, damn. I wish I had more. But yeah, certain foods, yeah.
Like my old warehouse smells like burgers.
I remember one time when I drove the briskets from your South Bay spot to my house.
Yeah.
The next day, still smelling like brisket. I was like, damn.
Yeah, that smell doesn't go away very quickly.
But I like the smell though. It smells. I'm like, damn, man. I just had this. It smells so good.
Straight up. I mean, so what's some of the worst food that you can actually take in your car though?
The worst?
Like drive or
To
the
smell it. To smell.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Probably anything fishy.
Yeah, fishy wouldn't be good.
Pizza too. Pizza lingers in your car.
Yeah, pizza for sure will fucking make it stink up, bro.
Anchovies.
Yeah, when I used to work at that pizza restaurant.
Fresh bait.
I used to always come home and I would smell like you could smell like my food smelled like dough.
I smell like burgers all the time. Like
I bet
every dog comes up to me to have to smell me at any brewery or any place I'm at.
Yeah, he's probably popular with all the animals.
No, they love me. I hate animals, or I'm allergic to them. But yeah, they all come up.
Yeah, like all those people, like somebody said something about a competitors eat their teeth. That shit, or like that's gotta take a toll, bro, because all that processed fucking ingredients, bro, like will leave a stain on your teeth over time. You know, all that grease, like it's crazy how this is how you know we're not used to being being around and ingesting so many ingredients that our body doesn't know how to react to that shit. You start getting like new repercussions where like those microplastics for sure are gonna fuck us up in the long run, bro. You know what I mean? It's like, or maybe, but then again, that shit wasn't an issue X amount of years ago, because I don't know what the hell was so different about it. Like, it's crazy how all these new issues arise now.
Or they just didn't know about it back then.
Like, you know who doesn't have autism?
Who?
The Amish.
That's true.
That's true. It's facts.
Those was
very, very low. I mean, if any, very low
You think
amount.
there's a Down syndrome Amish?
I think it has to do with the the vaccines, dog. They're not vaccinating the kids, dog. The Amish ain't doing that shit.
They don't get back. They don't get.
Hell no, fool.
Nah.
Amish ain't doing
I'll look
none
it
of
up
that,
though,
bro.
just to make sure.
Yeah, I guarantee you, very low percentage of autistic kids in the fucking Amish community, dog. Don't know why. Who knows? Maybe the food, maybe the vaccines. Who the fuck knows?
But they grow all their own food too and make
that's
it.
100%, yeah.
And make it all, or they majority of it.
Very low, dude. It's like one in every other kid has autism now, or on the spectrum, or a little bit, or a lot. Or
Amish kids aren't immune to cancer, diabetes, and autism.
Aren't immune. You see the answer to that? It's a dumb answer America tells you, like, well, they're not immune. No one said they were immune.
Amish people do get vaccinated.
Some do. Not all of them. No, what that means, all of them? Some do, not all of them. Just because the Google said so, I guarantee there's some Amish people. Dude, they don't listen to the internet.
This is AP News. This is Reuters.
They don't listen. Dude, Amish people don't go on the internet. They don't watch TV, and you're going to tell me they're going to get a vaccine by a doctor? They don't. No.
Yeah, but people go to those towns and do research. You know, population control and all that shit. Census. Come on, next.
Guarantee you a lot of Amish people are getting vaccine, and you, dude, I won't even.
And that's true. Some are, and some aren't.
But their answer said that they all do.
Well, that's one article.
See, that's what I mean, and we're going off of that article instead of saying, well, some of them do on this research, a lot of them do, some of them don't.
But you gotta know that realistically, food, like, there's gonna be some people who got it and some people who don't within that community. You know,
They probably just ignore it.
that too.
Probably just.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying they have a small. Their autism is lower. I wonder why. That's just. I wonder why.
I wonder.
Those foods is all natural, dog.
It's because they got them German genes.
You think there was like caveman Down syndrome foods?
Cavemen were pretty Down syndrome, dog.
They probably eliminated those people by just leaving behind.
Yeah, they just die, fool.
Yeah, Bartz is right though. Like that does seem like a very caveman thing to do though. Like it's just
I mean, all animals do that. I mean, you know, they have some retarded like baby, like they don't like bring him along. Usually, they just like leave that.
Something eats it.
Someone eats it. Yeah.
This happened probably about 1,000 years ago. In Rome, they were killing the Downs.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
But how did you? Oh, it's just because it was.
Like Greece, didn't you ever see the movie 300?
Oh, when they kick him in, yeah.
Bro, that's the.
Or they send them to the forest too.
Yeah, they're just like, all right, I'll see you later.
A very fictional tale.
Those who.
There is no truth. The only truth is
300 was real, dude. Wait up. Have you? There's some.
Like I've been.
There was no King Leonidas or all that bullshit.
I've been playing God of War lately, bro, and there's no way he would have kept Arceus if he had Down syndrome, bro. He would have killed him himself. He would have just.
Saying.
Yeah, bro.
Like, when you say caveman, I'm like, he's on. It wasn't that long.
Kratos would have killed the fuck out of his son if he would have been a little Down syndrome-ish.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Or like can't walk.
He's like, I don't care if you're half God, you're half down. Yeah, bro.
That's fucked up, dog.
Yeah, bro, because that game kind of shows you how those fools have mentality, how they fucking thought before and shit.
See, Jose knows 300 was a documentary.
I don't think so, dude.
Based on true story. You know what I mean?
Maybe the settings were accurate, Roman times and all that bull, but come on. Every warrior had a six-pack? No mames. Every warrior had a six-pack.
Back then, I think so. Well, they were all eating Bartz.
And they were ripped. Like if they were eating fucking...
Well, yeah, what else did you have to
like
do?
if they were eating brisket every day.
What else would you do other than just fucking... You were a warrior. That was your job. Not everybody in the Roman Empire was yoked, but you're the warrior. You're one of the 300 that's supposed to
You're like
defend.
the Navy SEALs of the...
Yeah. Every Navy SEAL, I guarantee you, is fucking yoked in America.
Yeah, I'm sure most Navy SEALs have a six-pack that are active duty.
I'm sure they do.
Yeah, they do a lot of. They do a lot of working out.
Like they have to have like a hell of a fucking core strength.
Woo. They gotta be in waters that are like, so cold and shit to train all that. Imagine being in the watery zone, cold water.
There's a fucking boot camp that fucking happens that people can pay for. I think it's like a Navy SEAL boot camp, and if you like, there's like a prize at the end, a cash prize. But if you can like hang in there, bro, you have to have a test before you actually get in to do it. But a lot of people quit after the first day.
Bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. When I was a kid, I always wanted to be a Navy SEAL because I played the Navy SEAL game. That shit was, I was like, damn, this is how it is. This is what you do. All right, I can do that. Then I learned other things, like wars bad and all that shit.
I never wanted to be a soldier.
Nah.
Never.
But you kind of are, though.
It's probably like the most paisa thing about me.
Besides the hat, all right.
I never wanted to be a soldier. I never was like, I wanted to be in the
Hey, I'm seeing a lot of those hats in the neighborhood now.
Yeah, they're dope.
Different colors, too. The most popular color, though, that I've seen realistically is like baby blue.
They love that baby blue.
I don't know why, but it's always the baby blue.
What with the rooster on the?
Yeah, with the rooster, the cock.
Yeah.
Cock hat.
I'll probably see that at my pop-up soon.
Nice.
Better be red in your case.
Yeah, straight up, Bartz. Have you gone to the doctor over that? Like over the last 2 almost heat strokes you almost had?
Nah, I'm gonna go to my nutritionist. He knows better.
Well, I just needed an IV.
His nutritionist has nothing to do with the heat stroke, so I would
when we were
Maybe if you drank more watermelon, maybe it'll cut down your...
I drank it. It has nothing to do with the water. It has to do with there was plenty of water drank, plenty of electrolytes that I took, and all that stuff. It was just the fact that I didn't sleep for 44 hours straight, even though I tried to. I couldn't sleep in my apartment because there was too much noise going on, so I just stayed up for 44 hours, mainly working, standing, and you're just not supposed to do that. All my doctors have told me that no one should be standing for 12 to 14 hours a day purposely, and that's usually what I'm doing when I'm cooking. I'm just standing around working, and when it was 100 and we tested it with the thermometer, it was like 110 degrees inside my tent that day. And, that was just too much heat. So, I mean, that's why if I would have gone to Smorgasburg, we all were going to get IVs, all me and all my workers, before the event. So we knew we'd be plenty hydrated because it probably was going to be like 100 degrees July 7th, down there at that thing. So we were going to prepare because that was one reason I didn't want to do it was because I knew it was going to be hotter than hell down there. But like one of my followers said that he can come out and give us IVs whenever we want. So I have like a nurse now that can give us IVs. A couple of them.
We're talking about a hot kitchen. E-Zone does High and Hungry. We got a nice little following. If we got all the fans to somehow get you to be a contestant on Hell's Kitchen, do you think you can make it with Gordon Ramsay on top of you? You think you can produce? No love. You don't even need love. Can you handle the kitchen?
Well, I mean, I could work in there, and I don't think I'd win though, because like I've never claimed I'm an actual chef. Like I just cook barbecue and burgers. So if you told me to make some sort of dish and I didn't have the internet and I had to do it off the top of my head, I probably couldn't do a lot of things. You know, if you give me the directions, I can totally make it happen and produce whatever is got to be produced. But if someone told me to make some sort of sauce,
we'd be rooting for you anyways.
Off the top of my head, I probably wouldn't be able to do it.
We'd be rooting for you on
that. I just know how to do a few things really well on the cooking.
Nah, you do more than a few.
Well, you know,
for all the years I've eating.
But yeah, I've read recipes and stuff when I made some things, like the basic stuff. We have to do that. You know, if I've never made something, you know, if a lot of like chefs, they go to school or they learn all the basic sauces, all the basic ways to do things. I never was taught any of that. I just like did via the internet and trial and error. So yeah, so I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I don't think they let me on there. They probably have some sort of people that like dudes and girls bathrooms, a mob in there. So they probably
come on.
They probably would. They cancel me from Gordon Ramsay.
That's not even cool.
This on the Fox News. This on the Fox Network. We're good.
Okay.
We're good. We're fine.
No need for that, dog. That got nothing to do with that.
I'm telling you.
Straight up. All right, you guys, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Sorry about that. I had to step out real quick. I just had to deal with some business shit. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up and hit that subscribe as well. I want to thank Bartz BBQ. We'll be announcing a date on where we're going to do the night market. Any shout out, Bartz?
I'm just doing my pop-ups at that 2728 North Broadway, Lincoln Heights. That's where all my events are pretty much going down, except for this Friday. I will be doing Liddy in the City. So we'll be doing their smash burgers on Friday at Liddy in the City, and then I'll be doing burgers at my spot on Saturday and barbecue on Sunday. All my events are at nighttime now or after 5 o'clock because we don't want to heat stroke our customers out or myself at future events.
Well, that's their choice, you know.
Well, I mean, I have to give them like extra shade and stuff. It's during the daytime. During the nighttime, our patio is all shaded after 5 o'clock, so that way it's a lot more comfortable for everyone. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, Liddy in City is the main outside event I'm doing. That's on Friday, and so if you want to come down and get stoned,
where's that at?
That is at, I think it's 1714 Wall Street, downtown in LA. It's at if you go to Liddy in City Sesh on Instagram or my Instagram, the information's posted there, and yeah, that should be a good event for all the stoners out there that want to get high and eat some food. And thanks for having me on the show today.
Yes.
Glad Aton couldn't make it, I guess.
Yeah, apparently he's going to get ready to go on tour again.
Yep.
Ray, shout-outs?
Shout out for Bart's BBQ for coming through and sharing us your wonderful wisdom of life and barbecuing. Follow me at Morning Shot Films, IG and YouTube. Shout out to my wife, my rock, my number one. I love you. Happy anniversary. Can't wait to see you later. MorningShotFilms.co is where I host the podcast, The Morning Reel. Xavier.
Hit that like button, subscribe. We're going to have Richard V on tomorrow at 7 o'clock, so tune in. Be ready. The fool's really, really, really funny. So, yeah, thanks, Bartz, for coming on, and I got your back, dog.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Yeah, fuck Smorgasburgers, whatever the fuck. I pronounced that probably, so who cares?
There you go. Make sure you guys go to flavorsbyezone.com. Salute to everybody who participated in the special. I will be announcing the winner on Patreon. I'll be picking one of you guys on there as well.
Oh, there's a t-shirt, a limited tinfoil hat t-shirt. So I don't know if you can still participate, but I gave Sam a They Lied, You Complied t-shirt. Limited.
There you go. So make sure you guys participate on Patreon. There's more content coming on there as well. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. So make sure you guys tune in tomorrow. There'll be another special as well tomorrow if you want to take advantage during the show. Peace.